Yeah, I went this morning. Yeah, so there was a time in my life when I was very, very, very dedicated to the gym. Um, and then everything else just kind of got in the way. I ended up doing the whole healthcare protest against ballot health. I ended up shortly after that going back home, and my mom got sick. So I moved back home for a year and took care of her. And then after she was well, I moved down here and started helping out with my grands. And so, like, for the last, I don't know, 6, 7 years or so, slowly but surely, all the focus has gotten off of me and onto everyone else. And so I've just decided to get locked in and get some balance back, because I don't like the way that I feel and look right now. And so it's not about anybody else except for me and the way that I feel. So yes, I made sure this was my third workout this week. So as long as I get in 4 or 5 days a week, I'll be fine with myself and I'll be happy and whatever. Good morning, Renee. So folks, if you are watching anywhere other than TikTok, please make sure that you say hello, because if you do not, I cannot see that you have joined, right? If you are on Substack, just know that I am appreciative that you are watching. I just can't see your comments whatsoever for whatever reason. Yeah. Good morning, Nancy G. What's up, Sassy Cinderella? Hey, Jen the vet. What's up? Find out. Appreciate you for the balloon crown. Good morning, Carmen. Oh, thanks, Scarlett. I appreciate that. Yeah. So that was what the gym was this morning, right? That was my little movement towards self care. Good morning, Gatito. Hello, Carol T. So as you all know, today is Black as Fuck Fridays, Black AF Fridays. Um, and so that is what we're doing. Good morning, Tiddlywinks. Yep. Thanks, Allie. I appreciate that. Titan, get down. He is on one today. I don't know what is going on with my cat today, but he is very much on one today. You don't know what that's all about. And that's okay. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about what's going to go down in this space today, right? So a couple of things. We will be reading a little bit more from Michael Harriot's Black AF History. We are going to read a little bit more on that. I do have some other books that I'm going to reference. We might touch on as well. We also need to be talking about, good morning, Catsman Do. Hey, good morning, Penny GF, Amy. Good to see you. But we're also going to be talking about some things. I don't know if you all saw just this morning, the AP put out, and I'm not like a diehard AP fan, but they're okay for just like general news information. But the AP went to Sudan, and so I think that is appropriate to bring into the conversation today on Black AF Fridays, right? So we're going to look at the article that they put out. I need to check and see. I saw something that looks like there's been movement, but I don't know. So for those of y'all who do not know, Katie Fang, who is a lawyer, used to several months ago, she used to be on like MSNBC, and I don't know if she still has the Katie Fang show or not, but whatever. Anyway, she had filed a court case specifically around the law regarding the e-files, and I got a notification today that says something about that. So I need to take a look to see if something moved, if something broke, if something like shifted, where that's like if there was a judgment in that court case or something. If there was, I want to take a look to see if that's the case. I do know that Israel bombed Gaza yesterday, and some folks that were in tents along the beach. So we're going to talk about that. Today is Friday, so we will have a Palestinian live. It just won't be until, hey, Peter, it just won't be a Pally panel until about, I don't know, 12 or 1 o'clock today. Okay. So that's when we will do that. And so what I'm going to tell you is that if you are on TikTok, recharging your coins and having that ready would be amazing and appreciated. If you're not on TikTok and you want to assist, go to my link tree. And my link tree is an entire section for direct links to help out folks that we know personally that are in Palestine that could use some assistance. Okay. So those are the ways that you can kind of help things out. Tapping is clapping, sharing is caring, and some else is something else. I don't even know what all the things are that they say, but however you can help stimulate and promote the live and get things pushed out is greatly appreciated. Let me just say this. If you do not, you need to message me, Amy, and tell me where. So listen, if you are in an economic position that says, oh, I can't gift or that I can't support, whether it is me or whether that is Palestinians, I just really want you to understand something. Number one, no shame, no guilt. We know, I got you, Amy. We know what that is like. And number two, trust that the energy will be matched somewhere else. So if you don't have it in your bank account to give, but it is in your heart to give, then just trust that when you send that out from your heart, somebody else will meet that energy, and those that have the economic ability to will do. And that's that. Okay. So now that I think I've covered absolutely everything, if you are new to my space, do me a favor and put a one in the chat. If you are new to my lives, put a one in the chat so that we can have a quick chat. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to do. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Oh, yes, I do. I remember now. It's like, what was I getting ready to do? I was going to put a sticker up. Give me 1 second. Good morning, Steph. Good to see you. I'm going to do just like a compromise. How about that? There we go. All right. So let me see what we got. Titan, get down. Get. I don't know why he's catting today, but he's about to get in trouble. 1 second. Get down, Titan. You don't get on my counters. What is wrong with you? Huh? You don't get on my counters. He's going to make me get his cat. He's going to make me get his little water bottle spray. I do have a little. Yes, we do, Steph. We do. We have a Pally panel today. And instead of saying sometime between 12 or 1, I just put 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that way it gives me a couple of hours to get the TikTok algorithm moving and doing what we want it to do, right? You thought I said Titus? No, I said Titan. Yes, my cat character, Carol, 100%. Good morning, Audra. Good to see you. Hey, Dax. Oh, you are well. Your cats run your house. I got you. 100%. Good morning, Sandra. Good to see everybody. So, other than the things that I just talked about, okay, sounds good, Nicole. Listen, other than the things that I talked about, is there anything else that you all are like, oh my gosh, we have to touch on this? Because there are a lot of things that I still have pulled up that I haven't gotten to, right? So, for example, we still haven't read the article in the Atlantic about Kamala Harris and about the Democratic Party with regard to Palestine, with regard to Gaza. And so maybe that's a place that we can talk today as well. Maybe that's a point of intersectionality. Good morning, Birdman. Hey, Marilyn, good to see you. Because there's one of the things that I do want to tackle. One of the things that I absolutely do want to tackle at some point is this place of intersection and this conversation around Palestine and elections. Good morning, librarian. Especially when it comes to Kamala Harris. And from a couple of different perspectives, to be quite frank. Good morning, Cooper Hawk. Good to see you. Janelle, what about Tanea Miller? Hey, Gilfo. Hey, Titan. I said Titan. Oh my gosh. Can Mom is who I meant. You wrote Titan. I said Titan. I missed it. You guys are funny. Okay, so it looks like pretty much everybody is, I don't know, familiar, because I don't see a ton of yeah, okay. And Frank, we can talk about that. What I would say, so this would be my question, is what is different about her APAC donations from everybody else, from every other president, from every other presidential candidate that we've had in the past? And what tell me the significance of her APAC donations over Donald Trump saying specifically he was going to let Israel finish the job with regard to Palestine. That's what I really want to discuss. So, like, I'm totally down for that conversation. Good morning, Mary. Um, King T'Challa, wrong about what? Good morning, Sarah. King T'Challa, wrong about what? And I believe you've been in my space before, so you know how this works. Letting them finish Gaza. What is wrong about that? Are you attempting to say that he didn't say that? Is that what you're attempting to say? Because I listened to him say that. If you would like to have a so chatters, if you would like to go live on your page and have a white as fuck Sundays, feel free to do so. I think that would be an appropriate day. I think that would be an appropriate day because we all know that high noon on Sundays is the most segregated day in the United States of America. So yes, please feel free to go live on your page and have a white as fuck Sunday. Sure. Namaste, be action. Listen, I know that it is difficult and it is different, but no, you don't get to center yourself in the space, right? Just because I have Black as Fuck Fridays doesn't mean you. I mean, do you feel excluded? Like y'all are wild, just really wild out here in these streets. Why can't I have a white as fuck Sundays? Well, you can on your live on your page. What in the world? Everything is not about you, beloved. I'm just saying. What is the problem? Like y'all are just wild AF out here. All right. I just can't with y'all. I can, but I'm not. Okay. Let me just say that. No. So here's the deal. Okay. So let me share with you all. So you're okay with Israel finishing a job in Palestine. So King T'Challa, I think that you and I are not communicating well. So could you come to the panel so we can just have the discussion? Because I don't think that you are understanding what I'm saying, and I'm definitely not understanding what you're saying in the chat. So why don't you join the panel? That would be right, Penny. That would be helpful. All right, so let me explain to you what is happening in this space, okay? So no, he's not Christina. He's not new. He follows me. He's not new. He's had his ass in here before. Okay, so listen. Today, here's what will be happening, okay? So in addition to regular news items, right, which we will do, we will touch on the regular things that are happening here in the country. If we get a Supreme Court decision today, we'll talk about that. All of those things will happen like usual. It is also Black as Fuck Fridays, which means we will read a little bit more from Michael Harriot and his book, Black as Fuck History, the Unwhitewashed Story of America. We began reading the other day, and we got through the first chapter. So we are going to go over, we're going to start chapter 2 today. And then we might also touch a little bit on some of these. I just don't have the time for foolishness today. And then we also might touch on a little bit of the new Jim Crow. We might touch on killing the black body, and we may or may not touch on the long Southern strategy, just depending upon how the day goes. I don't know what that was because I didn't do it. Okay. So Chatter can't respond back to you, Grammy. Chatter's been blocked. Chatter couldn't participate in this conversation if Chatter wanted to. Chatter is blocked from this space. Okay. All right. So folks, really quickly before we get started and get things rolling. Good morning, Rosalind. If you are new to this space, do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat. If you are new to me, if you are new to my space, please do me a favor and put a 1 in the chat. The reason why I asked this question, it's helpful because then I can just kind of share with you how I do things in this space. And then you can determine if this is for you or if it's not. Right, Shimmy. Good morning, Shimmy, Cocoa Puff. All right. So listen, for my folks that are new, I asked for 4 things in this space, and you can see them. You guys can't see them, but you guys can see them. They're right up here. I ask for people to be respectful. That's number 1. And that's very simple to me. Just simply be respectful. Number 2, don't use slurs of any kind. If you come in my space and you use slurs, I don't care who they are against. You will be muted and booted from this space because I don't do slurs here. Number 3, don't spam my comments. If you want to say something, say it once. You can even say the same thing twice, but do not say the same thing 5, 6, 7 times. It is not helpful. It clogs up the chat, and it's just not beneficial to the conversation. And then last but not least, don't type in all caps. And while that seems very small, and you might be going, why is that? It is because I have folks in my community that I know have visual impairment. They have visual disabilities, and all caps are reserved for those individuals and my moderators. That's it. So in other words, just be a decent human being, respect people that have disabilities, and we'll get along just fine in this space. Okay. That's it. Okay. All right. So listen, I'm going to go ahead and open up the panel for some folks. And we'll get going. And then at some point soon, we'll start, reading chapter 2. Okay. Cool beans. I don't know. Let me just check something out real quick. Why is TikTok acting weird? What's up, Don One? All right. Good morning, Mala. How are you? Hello?
I'm alive, blessed, and well. Thank you for having me, host. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for asking. Alaikum salam. So, Mayoman, are you in Cali? Did I see that in your bio?
So Cali?
Yeah, you're not in Cali, are you? Are you in
Palestine?
Palestine, yeah. So we're going to do a Pali panel at 12:30. Okay?
What the time now? What's a Pali panel?
Give me a second. Mello, I'm talking to him for just a second. So come in 2 hours. Can one of my mods, gotcha, Cam. Thank you, girl. You know. So can somebody message him and just let him know to come in 2 hours?
Okay. I think I understand.
Okay, yes. Come in 2 hours. Yes. Come in 2 hours.
Thank you, Dani, every time.
You're welcome. Okay, so Mello, good morning. What would you like to share this morning?
To be honest, you drew my attention. I heard that you talk about Supreme Court rulings, that you're a little bit into politics, that you're also stating history as it is. I mean, I'm a historian, not by degree, but simply I'm a nerd and I like history. And it is truth. Our history is whitewashed, and I like that. So yeah, I was just coming to see what you were about. And I'm a political nerd. I do spiritualist panels. But I have a bachelor's in criminal justice and minors in constitutional law. So I love coming on public forums and talking about politics. And that's really one of the reasons why I stopped here. But I'm eager to hear what your panel is about. I'm loving it as of yet.
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about a lot of different things. So it just depends. Today, on Fridays, we have a specific focus. I read a little bit from this book. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it or not. Are you familiar with this book?
I am not.
So Michael Harriot is an incredible writer. He used to write for The Root, and now he writes for the Griot. And then this is his book. And so we started a week ago, just kind of reading it a little bit at a time and having discussions. And it's called Black AF History: The Unwhitewashed Story of America. I love his storytelling a little bit. He's also a poet, but I love the way that he tells stories. And so in this space, we talk a lot about pretty much everything that's going on, whether it's Palestine, whether it's Iran, whether it's Sudan, Congo, Haiti, Cuba, whether it's just domestic policy here in the U.S., our current political situation, midterms, you name it. So it's a lot.
Oh wow! So I love it. Okay, so if I may propose a topic.
Sure.
So I would like to know your perspective on the Iranian situation. As you know, tensions just started to heat back up. What's your position within America going back and interceding? Although we do know that there is no tolls, we were able to debunk that, right? Iran is not enforcing tolls. They're not hindering the waterways. But there was a violation, and I believe that the Secretary of State refused to comment at the moment. But what we do know is that there's a big possibility of another military strike. What's your perspective here?
So share with me where you debunked tolls. Can you give me a source for that?
Yeah, so after there was a tolling in place in process, but after the agreement was signed, I believe we had a steady week of no hostilities or no tolls or nothing being enforced within the strait. It was pure respect. I don't know where Iran fucked up. That's kind of one of the reasons why I'm asking. All I'm seeing, and I can't find any validations to where they fuck up or how they violated the accord or why we'd be seeing military intervention. So I'm basically. I only saw on a live, like on a TikTok live, somebody proposed it, but I can't find no validation to it. All I do know is that our military is on standby just in case. That's a big concern, I guess, and Iran is the only conflict.
Yeah. So I think so let me just double back. So I think what I'm hearing you say is that Iran was in fact charging tolls, and then for a week following the MOU, there weren't tolls and there was no aggression. If that's what I'm hearing you say, not that they weren't charging tolls over the last 4 months.
Right, because it was impossible for them to do. We had an American blockade.
Well, no, the blockade was at their ports, not at the Strait of Hormuz.
No, correct. But the Strait of Hormuz was closed by an American blockade due to the Iranian conflict. Only those sanctioned by the U.S. was allowed to pass.
No, not accurate.
Oh, please, I would love to hear this. My understanding is, again, the Secretary of War came out on a public statement saying that the blockade is the ports of Iran was already known. We did the same things to Venezuela to them. But now, when it came to the Strait of Hormuz, they were trying to close it down, and our military said, if you're going to close it down, we'll make sure no one goes through. You can't even let your friends go through. That was the whole entire understanding of the Strait of Hormuz. I could be completely wrong here, because to be honest, the only thing I've been listening to was how Pete Hegseth talks about it and how Trump talks about it. I did no fact checking here.
So no, that's not accurate. And there actually are ships that have come through. Hella, Raja. There are ships that have come through that were their quote unquote friends. There were ships from India that came through. There were ships from China that came through. There were ships from other countries that came through, just not the United States of America. Yeah. So no, the only thing that China, absolutely, Sarah 6. Yeah. So no, it's just not accurate. So like, hold on, I'll show you.
The United States, did you see the positioning of our ships and of how the Department of War positioned our ships and how there was a secondary line of defense to the first line?
Give me 1 second.
It wasn't only detailing the what do you call that? You just said it, the ports of Iran, but it was also detailing our actions within the strait. We went a little bit further back into the international waters. This was public. We're looking for mines that they alleged that they had there. We confirmed that there were some, but not. It was they exaggerated the amount that they had. So that's my understanding.
So let me, if you go and you look, so there's a list of them that have made through, but here's just some notable specifics. Okay. So Shenlong came through March 11th, carrying 1 million barrels of Saudi crude oil. The Smyrna came through and March 16th. A week later, the Navarra has come through. April 8th, the Decault came through. In April, the Habrut came through.
I have no point
at the end of
there.
right,
I
but
agree
so the
that they
point.
came through, but without permission.
No, not with the U.S. doesn't give permission to come through the Strait of Hormuz.
We closed the Hormuz. That's my point. We closed the entire strait.
No,
Friends,
the United States of
allies
America
were
did
helping.
not close the Strait of Hormuz. Iran closed the strait and has.
Okay, so they have done it in the past. This is where military, the what do you call that, insurance hikes come from. But now what I'm saying, this time around, what made the conflict and the oil prices surge was not because Iran chose to close it, but because we chose to enforce that close. It will only be open to free commerce. They cannot pick and choose who gets to go through the strait because it's always been free for 3 centuries.
So here's what I would. So Mello, where is a single source? Because what I can tell you is that's just not accurate. It's not accurate, and you can literally look it up anywhere that you look. You can look. So hold on a second. So let me just show you. Okay, so give me 1 second. I want to see if I can show you exactly what I want. Ouch. Let's see if I can find the one thing that I want for you.
I'm also going to get you. I'll be right back. I want to do some research. I'm gonna bring up the I believe it was there's a standing order to close down the Strait of Hormuz. Give me a second.
So I don't care. So listen, the Secretary of Defense putting out a quote unquote standing order to close down the Strait of Hormuz doesn't mean shit in international waters where the port is already closed by Iran.
Correct, but Iran was only allowing friends to pass through. They weren't allowing free commerce. This is why we reinforced their blockade and ensured that none of their friends, if they say the strait's closed, it's closed to everybody. If they say it's open to anybody. That was
not true.
America. It was.
No, it's not. And you can literally look.
The order has to be complied with. He's the
Mello, the order doesn't have to be complied with because the Secretary of Defense does not determine what happens in international waters. It's just simply not a thing. And the place that I'm saying to you, listen, what I'm saying to you is you can literally look and see the tankers that have come through the Strait of Hormuz since the blockade began. They are, in fact, the friends of Iran. They are, in fact, the ones that Iran has said has come through. The United States of America has not dictated that.
Okay. So this, I get what you're saying. You're going into international law. You're saying this is forbidden. No nation has the authority to do so.
No, what I'm saying to you is
why America came to the aid.
The reason, what I am saying to you is not what you just said. What I'm saying to you is the United States of America does not control the Strait of Hormuz. Never has.
Control of the Strait of Hormuz for this whole entire conflict.
Who?
America.
No, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
No. And what I would like for you to do, so here's what you can do. So Mello, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Go find a credible source that shows that. Because if the United States of America is in control of the Strait of Hormuz this whole entire time, share with me why number one, why do we have to release our oil reserves? Why are we about to be out of our reserves in about 2 or 3 days? Right? So why is if the United States of America has been in control of the Strait of Hormuz this entire time, share with me why we are almost out of reserves. And that came out of the president's mouth the other day, literally in about 3 to 4 weeks out, right? Why is that the case if we control the Strait of Hormuz?
Controlled. And after the signing was complete, we withdrew. But So, as you know, the Strait of Hormuz operates with 25% of the global oil supply.
But I'm asking you a specific question. Can you answer my question?
Mm-hmm. So I'm answering it. So when it comes to that strait being closed down, it would have global repercussions, and this is another reason why the administration had to act. For those who don't know, in the beginning of this, the only reason we got into this, it started with the political risk insurance. A very famous, very centuries-old company held a monopoly within the Strait of Hormuz, insurance company. Every time there was somebody shooting or bombs going off, they hiked insurance prices. So this is where America founded the political risk insurance. So this allowed ships to pass by insured and keep the oil flowing. So now you're talking about our reserves. The reason we had to touch our reserves was because there was going to be a geopolitical economic crisis. And it was a necessity to keep the flow of gas.
But surely not, because we control the Strait of Hormuz.
Correct. And due to our control and blockade, it hiked oil prices around the world.
Wrong. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's just look at timelines, okay? Because this is going to be really, yeah. And we're coming, Audra. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here's my pen. Okay. So I'm just going to write something down real quick.
By the way, I don't even know if you're right or left, but I love your debate style. I've been debating on TikTok for.
I don't debate. I don't debate.
This conversation is the most refreshing conversation I have had in a very long time in a political discussion. Usually it goes really topsy and it is fast. So, kudos to your page. This is a very lovely live.
All right, so give me a second. Okay. All right. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to get the exact dates for you. Okay. So Iran announced the closure of the Strait of Hormuz on March the 4th, directly in response to our attacks on Iran that began February the 28th. Okay. So February 28th, we bomb Iran. We unalive a bunch of schoolgirls, right? All of that happens. A few days later, Iran says, okay, cool. You guys aren't coming through the Strait of Hormuz. It's not a thing. It's not happening. We control the Strait of Hormuz. Only people that are getting through are the people that we desire. Okay. It is not until April 12th that the United States announces, quote unquote, its blockade of Iranian ports. Okay. So that is a full 6 weeks almost after Iran closes the Strait of Hormuz. Okay. And U.S. CENTCOM, right, declared that restriction to take effect on April the 13th at 10 a.m. So when you say the United States of America closed the Strait of Hormuz or has been controlling the Strait of Hormuz, it's not accurate. Literally a full 6 weeks went by before they even, and what you see is that CENTCOM did not announce that they were closing the Strait of Hormuz. CENTCOM said, okay, fine. If you're going to block the Strait of Hormuz, then we are going to prevent things from coming and flowing in and out of your port. Iranian ports is different than the Strait of Hormuz.
You have no point of contention there. The only thing that I'm stating is after they closed it down, we have witnessed, and this is I could agree that it's okay to question our politicians, but I think to question our military is a little bit step too far. So
have you ever served in the military?
No, but all my family.
I have.
Oh, thank you for your service and sacrifice.
So I will absolutely 100% question our military.
Yeah. So, but the difference is that if they're coming out to state a public,
there's no difference. I will question our military, and I will question them because I served. And because the security clearance that I held when I served was a level above top secret. So top secret, yeah. So because I know that there is good reason to question our military.
Okay, well, in your line of work, possibly, but when it comes to these conflicts in military intervention,
specifically when it comes to these conflicts, it's a good idea to question.
Okay, so I still trust our generals.
Well, and that's up to you.
Yeah, and to make the best determination possible for our military and for our nation. They're serving the interest of the nation.
Except so, here's the thing. So let me just say this, Mello, okay? Literally, we have 100% proof, and I'm going to give you an example, that Bush lied through his fucking teeth that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. We now have literal evidence that that was not the case. And we lost way too many lives following a lie for something that did not exist. Okay? So, what I will say to you unequivocally is that I do not trust the government to make the best decisions for its soldiers, for its people, or for the folks around the world. And that is the difference between patriotism and nationalism. Nationalism says, oh, I just support and trust the government to do whatever, right? Patriotism says, no, I don't. And that is why we have the Constitution set up the way that we do. So if the government was supposed to just be blindly followed and trusted, we would not need Congress. We would not need a judicial branch. We would not need an executive branch. We would have just one. We would have a monarchy and a dictatorship. But there's a reason that we don't, because the founding fathers understood that the government was not to be blindly trusted. So no, absolutely not.
Agreed, but I don't blame our service members for the orders they're given.
I didn't blame anybody, and so we're not going to pivot to that. I didn't say anything about blaming service members, so we're not pivoting to that. The point of conversation was you said trust the government. That's what you do, and I am saying to you, no.
I don't trust the government. What I'm saying is I trust my military officials.
And you're trusting them because you've never served. Those of us who have served know better. So I know that I saw, here we go. Tommy D, I know I saw you in here as well. Darnell, I know I saw you in here as well. Jen, you're in here as well. Where are the rest of my vets that I know that are in here? Darnell is a vet. Jen is a vet. Tommy D, I know I saw you in here. If you don't feel like if you're not in a space where you can come up, that's fine. So question for Darnell and for Jen. Do we blindly follow and trust our military to do whatever's in the best interest?
Negative.
No.
Thank you. Oh, look at that. He left.
Aww.
Look at that. He left.
Why'd you leave, dude? Why'd you leave? Come back and let's talk.
Can we just talk about the 2-star general that got pushed out by headset this week?
Yeah.
Can we?
Hey, this is where people who say, I trust the military leaders, that kind of language that they use, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they look at what this administration's done in regards to these conflicts in the Pacific,
Hey, Rich.
with Venezuela, with the boat stuff, and in Africa and in Europe, all of the people who all have offered pushback to the administration because they've been around for 30, exactly. 40 years, right? They fired them. And then one of the things about being fired when you're like a general, that forces you into retirement. You lose your job, you lose your career in the military.
Yes.
And that's what a lot of civilians don't understand.
The lying about the soldiers that were injured over in the Middle East, and now those soldiers are coming out and saying, yeah, I was actually injured and nobody's doing anything about it. Uh-huh. The 3-star admiral in the Navy that was pushed out, and now she's running for Congress.
And winning, by the way, in South Carolina.
Yep.
And winning in South Carolina. She sure is. Look, folks over here on Facebook are like, Nance said, my husband Chuck said, hell no. Gordon said negative. Rich said, I served as well during the Iranian hostage crisis. The U.S. and Britain have been screwing the Iranian people since the 1930s, starting with the Carlyle Group, which became Aramco. Bush and Cheney families became leaders of it, along with the Saudi royalty. In order to gain access to their minerals, nothing has changed. 100%, Rich. Listen, I say this all the time to folks that come into this space, and you're just regurgitating propaganda. This is not the space that works in. And so the reason why it works in other debate spaces, right, is because they're going to argue, you guys are going to cuss, you're going to scream. Nobody is actually going to dig into facts and hold you accountable and not allow you to pivot. Okay. In this space, we're going to pause exactly for what you said. And the reason why I went and I got the timeline is because I wanted to just go right through the timeline, right? Show me an order that's different from this. Show me this that's different from that, right? And so this is the reality in this space. I don't do trust me, bro. Right. And I don't do I'm a historian, but not by trade, but because of Fox News. I don't do that shit in here either. So, and do you see how quickly them vets were like, let me come up. I got this. I got that. Right. And this is the thing. I would say that all of us, just kind of throwing that out there, I would think that every single one of us that's in here that are veterans, we will tell you that we absolutely love this country in terms of its people and its potential.
Yes.
100%. We just don't love the corruption and I don't even, should I get very specific? We just don't love the things that our government does at the expense of the people, including its own soldiers. This is not a government. Yes, Marky, the manipulation. This is not a government that loves and cares for its veterans. How do I know that? Look at our VA system. How do I know that? Look at our VA system. They are literally willing to exchange the service of our individuals for capitalism. They want to privatize our VA system. You wouldn't be doing that if you actually cared about veterans. You wouldn't be doing that. Number one, if you actually cared about veterans, you would be proactive about our disability compensation. We wouldn't have to fight tooth and fucking nail like we're applying for Social Security disability, right? That would not be a thing. This should not. So to me, it should just be like an automatic. It should be an automatic thing. If I'm in the military, like I was, right, and I am SA'd by a service member enough to go to the hospital to have physical injuries, for it to be documented in my chart, I should not have to fight you to be compensated for the effects of that trauma. Why is that a thing?
The only reason I was able to get the breast cancer attached to my service connection was because my commander at the time was diagnosed 6 months after I was, and was able to go back and get the studies from the area that we were in to prove that we were subjected to certain things. And 2 more women that I was deployed with also got breast cancer.
Right.
Like, we have to dive so deep to prove something.
And that's it's wild to me. So yeah, so just so you all understand, right? And there's a difference. I really want y'all to hear me when we say this. There is a difference in talking about the actions and holding the government accountable and being anti the United States of America, right?
You know, you just made me think about something. Because we respond to civilian leadership is being aware of what our civilian leadership, where they are, right? So you have this, you have what's happening in, with the war in the Middle East, right?
Mm-hmm.
For years, the military and people in the CIA and the war studies people have said, don't do it. War studies not going to work out well. Don't do it. War studies not going to work out well.
Hey, Dirty Bird, can you mute for me?
I'm trying.
I know, I was trying to. It wouldn't work, but go ahead.
Yeah, so we have civilian leadership who don't listen to the people who are in the know.
Mm-hmm.
They have an agenda. And then we become victims of their agenda. And it bothers me how cavalier the civilians are with the idea of sending us to put ourselves in harm's way
Yeah.
For an agenda. And they buy into the agenda.
Dumb one.
So that's all I have to say.
And I'm having a really hard time right now. I just had my twins graduate from high school, and one of them is currently in boot camp.
Oof.
And while I'm proud of him, I'm having a really hard time right now.
Yeah, I'm glad that neither of my girls wanted to go in that direction, especially as women. I'm especially glad that they didn't choose to go in that direction. And I think, and here's the difference. When I know for me, when I served, right, I'm Gen X. I joined in 1991, and y'all, if you go just rewind back to 1991, right? I mean, granted, we had more than 3 TV stations because we had Fox and you had MTV News had come in. Like we had all we had more, right? But it was still a very controlled. There was no internet. There was no you find out everything or be able to find information anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't a thing. And a lot of, I don't know about you all, but for a lot of us, it literally was, it was a thing to do. And we were fed what the stories are. We believed in what we were doing. Right. And how can I say this? I still believe in a military that defends its country, that helps maintain safety and security nationally and internationally, right? I still believe in a military that does those types of things, right? I don't believe in a government that uses its intelligence and its military to destabilize countries, to overthrow democratic governments in order to maintain control of resources and things like that. Yeah, baby. Okay, go ahead. Like
So
that's part.
I joined in 99, and then 9/11 happened. And I was fed the propaganda. And then I got over to Afghanistan and I started doing med camps where we would go out to villages to these tribal groups. And it just blew my mind away because it totally changed how I saw what was happening and what was going on. And that's when I started the deconstruction process for me as far as the military goes. I value my service. I did everything I could while I was in service. Sustained a lot of moral injury from that, physical injury, mental injury, whatever. But I would tell people to hesitate right now. Yeah. It's just not a good look.
No,
it's just not a good thing.
It's not.
And that's where I have a hard time with my son because I'm proud of him that he wants to serve his country. I just don't think it's safe.
I would agree. So let me tell you something. There's no way I would. So this is the way that I feel. When you join the military and you are giving service to your quote unquote country, you are relying on the people that are in power to make decisions that are in the best interest of the people choosing to serve, right?
Uh-huh.
This administration, absolutely the fuck not. I mean, not really too many administrations, but at least there were some people, there were some presidents, there were some folks that at least they weren't just like hell-bent ready to throw us out. You know what I mean? Like there were some people that had some degree of measured approach to things. And that is not the case here.
We have leadership at the highest point that had guardrails.
Correct, yes.
Yes, and they have ousted as much of that leadership as fucking possible, right? We see that
guy who was what was his job in the military? He was like, I don't know. He was a liaison for something.
Yeah, who knows?
I'm all for like giving people props for serving, but he is one person that he can go kick rocks somewhere because he did not serve appropriately.
Right.
You know,
right. And I want to make sure I get Scotty and Dirty in here too.
I spoke about the agendas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Hegseth comes in with this agenda mindset, right? And then he didn't make flu shots
mandatory,
right?
Yep.
So now you have this outbreak of the flu at Lackland Air Force Base. Air Force boot camp is nothing like the Army. It ain't grueling.
You mean school camp?
Yeah. And it's marching and classrooms and more marching and classrooms. That's basically the Air Force boot camp, right?
Yes. We love y'all, but yes.
Yeah. So over 200, 220 something last I heard, right? And one person unalived. Because he brought an agenda and ideology that doesn't serve us, serve his people.
Yeah.
He hurt us.
Let's be clear, like when people talk about us having the best military in the world, we do not. We don't have the largest military in the world. If you brought back every service member at every branch to the United States, we would still not be able to secure our borders east, west, south, and north. We wouldn't.
Right.
And the days of having your brothers back, I just don't see it happening right now. Everybody is just kind of doing their own thing.
Sorry, I was reading something. I know y'all could tell. Scotty, you want to jump in? Dirty Bird, you want to jump in here and say something as well?
I was just going to say, y'all 100% right. I do understand the difference between patriotism and, I forgot the other word you used.
Nationalism.
Nationalism. I love this country, but when I went to the Navy and I was a corpsman and I was over there in Afghanistan and I was seeing what we were doing instead of just being told why we were doing it, it really did change my view of, I wasn't over there to do good things. I was over there to cause problems. And I was over there causing problems, not for an insurgent or militia. I was over there causing problems for their people because that's who we were fighting. We were just fighting their people, and they lied to us and told us it was way more than that. And it wasn't. It was just, and the thing was, I didn't see it until I was actually there taking care of people. That's when I saw it. And I was like, I don't want to say this disrespectfully because I in some aspects I agree with it, in some aspects I don't. Probably because I'm still naive. We don't protect. We just control shit. And we protect our interests. We control their interests and protect our interests. We don't do nothing else. The minute our interest is done with it, we leave. So we don't do what people expect. And it hurts my heart to say that because I thought I was doing the right thing when I was going.
Yep.
And I promise you, I even tell my kids now, if you want to go, go. But understand that when you cross over that border, you are going to learn some different things because they keep us in an educational and a propaganda bubble. Every country does that. Even when I went to Germany, they keep them in a propaganda bubble. Yeah. If you look at the World Cup, people are coming over here saying they have lied to us about the people in America, not the government. They know what the government do. They have no clue about us. And we do the same thing. Because when I went over to them countries, I met more good people than I ever met bad people in every turn.
Yeah. And that's the part that people don't get.
No matter what the situation, I always met more good people than I met bad. And that made me change my concepts about how we do things and made me doubt why we do things.
And that's the thing. Say that part again. So here's the thing. The people, the vast majority of the people in the countries, all the countries are good, are the same. The vast majority. It is the governments who are fighting for this control, for this power, from this imperialism, from all of that
Exactly.
shit. It's the governments and a few that have the rest of us all at each other's throats, when in reality, most of us are all the same. We literally just want to eat, sleep, like take care of our families, have a decent life, like be safe, like it's the governments in this battle for more. Like, why can't we just exist and stop and stop? Like, when is enough going to be enough?
So
That's
when
what
we did,
tickles me.
we went out with a med cab, and we sat down with the leaders of this tribe, and they fed us, and it was awesome. And you know, the leader of this tribe, he said, we appreciate the effort to come and help us, to give us medicines and all this stuff. However, we've been living like this for centuries. We don't want to be westernized. We don't want all of this technology. We are completely fine the way we are.
Yes.
So while we appreciate what you guys are doing, you can go home.
And that's the thing. Sometimes, so this is the thing. We think that everybody wants what we have. They don't. They don't. Their cultures, their belief systems, their societies function a particular way, and they respect and love the way that works for them. And that, man, we could really hone in on that when it comes to Iran. But to address St. Lou, what you're saying down there, when you say, what does it mean when the mass majority voted for a horrible government twice? First of all, I would push back on that. When you say mass majority, no, it was the fucking slim majority. And what it said, even greater than that, is what does it say? That more people who were registered to vote chose not to vote at all than even participate. So listen, stop acting like the Trump administration won this last election by like leaps and bounds, because it's simply not true. And not only that, he came this close to losing. And I want y'all to really, can I put that in perspective for you? If you're in my space, you hear me say this all the time, but I want you to hear me say this and take it in. Donald Trump has been running for office. He has been a candidate. He has been in the news, in the media, everywhere for over 10 years. Okay? He had been campaigning for 10 years in 2024. Got it? Kamala Harris campaigned for 107 days, and she almost whipped that ass. And she didn't have a damn near trillionaire behind her. She didn't have anybody like holding lotteries for voters. She didn't have I just want to put that in perspective. 87 million people just were like, I'm not voting at all. And so if you want to talk about something for real, talk about the fact that they barely made this shit happen. Barely. Under whatever circumstance it happened. Right? And the vast majority, no, that's a lie. Nope. Darnell, listen, Gaza was not the reason that Trump won. No, I'm not doing that. I am not putting this on Gaza. I am not.
The reason I say that, Dani, is I think, well, this is what I feel, having talked to young people, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were a large part of that 89 million people who didn't vote. And their issue was what Israel was doing in Gaza.
I hear you, but here's what I'm saying is there was a whole lot of other issues than just that one. And what's dangerous is when we put it all on Gaza, and this is part of what I've seen play out across this app. I have seen Black people especially blame Palestinians for Kamala Harris losing. And that is not the case. That is not the case at all. And it is and I want to be clear. First of all, can we just take there's less than 200,000 Palestinians in this country. Okay, Palestinian Americans. And if we could just get real for a second, if I want to just take so this is the way that I look at things. I look at things from I'm pragmatic and just like baseline numbers. So if I look at the groups of people participating in the elections that could have had the largest impact, right? And had real reason to have their shit together. I'm coming for white women. That's who the fuck I'm coming for. I am coming from white women because y'all sat the fuck around and watched them turn over Roe v. Wade in 2022. Y'all were all up in arms. Y'all were having your little JJ protest. Oh, we're not dealing with this. And then y'all bitches turned right around and voted for the Trump administration. So if I'm gonna put the blame anywhere, I'm coming for y'all, because y'all actually did vote. Before I even go to the people that were registered to vote that did not vote, before I even get to them, because they are the next low-hanging fruit. But I want to look at the people who actually voted, who had every reason to not vote the way you did. And you could have had the greatest impact whatsoever. White women, if you had gotten your shit together and voted the way that you needed to vote, all 53% of you, right, in the last election, do you know the message that you could have sent to men everywhere? Do you know the message that you could have sent to men? Those men would not be sitting up here putting articles out in the news talking about, oh, I think the only way that we're going to get women to stop having ABs is to arrest them. They are saying that shit because you keep giving them permission. They're over here telling you and telling your daughters that they should give up their right to vote and they should become trad wives because y'all keep leaving them in positions to do the fuckery that they are doing. So if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to white women first.
I agree, because they tend to forget that they are a minority as well. They're not counted, but they just like some of the Hispanic groups that they did that, they believe they were. No, you were not counted. You thought that DEI was just for minorities. It was for you. In fact, DEI was set up only for you, because most minorities, black women, black men, they could get a job anywhere at any time without DEI because of how things were set up. You, as far as white women, you were the ones that white men didn't want at their jobs. You are the ones now that they're tired of at their jobs. You are the ones that they're not trying to hire again. You are the ones that are trying to push back into the home because you don't want to have enough children and you're keeping their numbers down. You're the ones that they were aiming at for these AB clinics simply because they don't care about minorities. They'll knock us down whether we're 4 years old or 50 years old. They will, but they will not do that to their own. They will but a white woman would. A white woman would decide that her career and her school is more important than her family. And in their mind, it's not.
Okay.
In fact, in most white men's mind, your education doesn't matter at all.
I gotta say something watching the chat. And listen, I'm gonna say this with all the love of Jesus. Y'all know when people say that, that means you about to get your feelings hurt. Okay.
Oh shit.
I'm telling you, whenever somebody says I'm saying this with all the love of Jesus, or I'm saying this in love, that means you probably about to get your feelings hurt, but don't get your feelings hurt. So to all of my Kamala Harris voting white women who are now in the chat, and you are putting a qualifier on your agreement, for all of you all that are saying, yes, Dani, I agree with that. And you are saying, white woman here that never voted for Trump, you are centering yourself and you are virtue signaling because you want us to know you ain't them. I just want to be clear, instead of just saying, yes, that's the problem, you are signaling to us. That's what some of y'all probably own blue bracelets. Some of y'all probably aren't own blue bracelets because you are still fucking centering yourself. No, nobody asked you who you voted for. And the fact that you feel like you have to tell us you didn't tells me you are still centering yourself. And I love the fact that you voted correctly. But if you had to say, yes, I agree with you, and by the way, I'm not one of them, there's still work to do there, beloved. There is still work to do there. You're still making you the middle, like you're centering yourself in the conversation. You're welcome, Nurse Life. No worries. And I meant it when I said I'm saying this in love. Because as you continue to deconstruct, follow me on this, okay? You are going to still have old ways of being and thinking that show up. It just is going to be there. And you do not know what you do not know. And it is only until somebody says, hey, did you know that this is what that looks like? And holds up a mirror that you go, oh shit. That's how I felt the other day when I stopped making excuses for the fact that my ass ain't been to the gym. And I got in the mirror and I was like, girl, this is what those numbers look like. Let me get my ass back in the gym. Right? Deconstruction never stops. Never. Not if you're serious about becoming the highest, greatest version of yourself that you can for you and for the people around you. And that just requires accountability. Just saying. Okay. So I just saw the comments going, as a white woman that never voted for Trump, you're right. Why not just you're right? Because you needed me to know that you're a white woman that didn't vote for Trump. And I didn't need to know that. I just need you to go get all your other white woman friends together. I just need you to go get all the white women friends together. That's it. I don't need to know. Right? So just saying. Yeah, that's a task. Exactly. But guess what? When you say that's a task, it's a task that Black and brown women have been doing in this country for everybody since the beginning of time.
The beginning.
Since the beginning of time.
I never known Black men to be controlling of Black women ever. Even when I look through history, Black women have ran every household that they've been in, whether it was theirs or not, whether they were the maid, no matter where you look. So I don't see DEI there. When I looked at Hispanic women, I see the same. I don't see the reason for DEI there. The only people that they didn't want working with them was white women. And those were the ones that were not working, that were sitting at home while we was going and taking care, while Black women and minority women were taking care of things. And they decided that they not only wanted to work, but they wanted to work beside these corporate and high white men with no I would say training, but you can get training because they'll teach you everything either at the job or in college or wherever you need. But the whole thing was, we have always been structured and building and doing these things. DEI wasn't needed for us. Even when you look back, it was only a small amount of white women that wanted to work, because even the majority, 80% of white women back at the time when they did DEI did not thought that was stupid and did not want to work. They were fine with being home mothers and things like that.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
It was more women that did not want that DEI and the equal rights as far as women and men when they started fussing about that than it was women that wanted it. It was more like 20% of women wanted it and received and achieved it at the time. But most women did not care. They preferred to be at home. They preferred to be in that structured system as far as dealing with that. They didn't want those problems.
So I want to, Mimi, I would love, if you would like to come to the panel, I would love for you to. But I saw your comment and I want to address it. And so Mimi, your statement is, it's sad because Trump is vile. And then you said, quote, we are getting white women together and losing many of our friends. So I hear you, and you are still centering yourself. So listen, now you want me to know what it's costing you to do the right thing. Now you want me to know that not only did you not vote for him, and not only are you trying to help, but now you want me to know what it's costing you too. Folks, listen. Okay, so here we go. I'm saying this in love again, okay? It is costing you friends today because it has taken this long for white women to get it together. Just the number of you that have. You are losing friends today because you did not correct them and step up in the other points and times in which you could. it took this long, right? It's costing you friends in 2026 because you were quiet in 2012, because you were quiet in 2008, because you all sat back as white women and you heard all of the remarks that were said about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. You heard all the remarks. You listened to the critical race theory things. You listened to the DEI remarks. You listened to the low IQ remarks. You heard every bit of that. And you did not check your friends. And now, white women, for many of you, because you are finally feeling the threat that Black and brown people and Black and brown women have felt since the beginning of time in this country, now you're getting it together. And now it is us, well, this is what it's costing us, right? And I'm going to say this again. Jay, stop lying in my chat. You just want attention to. So for those of y'all who are new here, Jay Patel is an individual who likes to come over into my live, and twice he's come over here to talk about something and has no clue what the fuck he's talking about. And then he ended up dropping himself and running because he didn't like the facts that I gave him. Today, he's sitting in my queue. And because I don't feel like fooling with his fuckery, he's in the chat. If host doesn't like what you say, she mutes you and blocks you. No, if I blocked you, your ass wouldn't be the fucking here today. You just don't like the fact that you say dumb shit. I come with facts and then you run.
And I'll be there 3 times, ET Cup.
Right, exactly. So anyway, back to what I was saying, folks. I appreciate, and I do mean this, I appreciate you doing the work today. I want you to do the work. And I'm grateful that you're choosing to do the work. And I also am saying, just suck it up, Buttercup, and do it. Because you're doing the work now that it's impacting you. But it's been impacting us for a long, 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 long time. Right?
Honestly, I'm going to say this too. Y'all remember that shift they were talking about how things, I remember my mother and them talking about it, how they were saying once we get to a certain point, it's no longer going to be racism. It's going to be, God, I forgot the word that quick. I need to pay attention. It's going to be more like, classism.
But it's always, so let me be clear. It's always been classism. Okay. And then we have to talk about the places of intersectionality. So listen, classism is supported by racism and sexism and homophobia and transphobia and Islamophobia, right? Classism is supported by all of those other things. They use those things to create the division to elevate and to achieve the goals of classism, right? But all of that is the intersectionality. Whatever prejudice and whatever fear they can tap into within you, right? To get you to divide, to get you to separate, right? So that they can make more money off of us, then they're down for that, whatever that looks like. And here's the difference between where we are today and where we have been in the past, okay? Where we have been in the past is when it came to, all right, when it came to our Congress and our presidential, whoever was in the position, right? When it comes to those positions, there was always this place of you are allowed to go just this far, but not so far that you burn it all down. Do you understand? There's always been acceptable amounts of racism and sexism and classism and all of that. There's always been that, but there were just guardrails. And so everyone knew that we had an exploitative system. Everyone knew that we had a system that functioned for just the top, you know what I mean? Everybody knew that. And it was okay, but not to that degree, right? And the problem is that there's a particular group of people that Barack Obama was it for them, y'all. Listen, seeing a Black man take the most powerful position in the country and in the world changed things. It changed things. There was a particular group of people that said, this shit has gone too fucking far. Right? You can play some sports and shit. You can get some degrees. You can work in our companies and make some money, blah, 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 blah. You can do all of that. Okay. But this shit right here, channeling my inner Cat Williams, has gone too far. Okay. And because of that, they were like, we're going to have to get this stuff together. And they have elevated the plan because they've been playing the long game for a while now, right? But things really kicked in and they elevated. Okay. So, Dun, why don't you come to the channel? Come to the chat. Hey, Dun, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm perfect. Today? So, Dun, hold on a second. So you have a problem. Hey, Dun. So you have a problem with the fact that I'm biracial?
No, I don't have a problem with the fact that you're biracial, but biracials aren't Black people.
Okay, to you. So, Dun, are you Dun? Are you FBA? Dun, are you FBA?
No, I'm biracial.
You're biracial? Okay, so
yes,
you
and you're not Black.
Okay.
Not Black. So you grifting off the Black struggle, it's annoying.
Dun. You don't know how to have a respectful conversation?
When have you done that?
Because you sound like you are angry about your own racial makeup.
No. You were confused about your
So what are you? So what has you upset about? What has you upset? What has you upset about your lack of Blackness?
No.
Because you apparently are.
Racial people like you trying to grift off some Black.
So explain to me how I grift. Share with me.
First, you're not Black.
Share with me. Share with me. Done. Share with me. Okay, stop. Share with me how I grift off of being Black. Share with me.
First off, you're not Black.
Share with me how I grift.
You won't let
share. Well, because you're not saying anything. So again, listen, here's the specific question. Here's the specific question. I have already told, look, everybody who follows me knows I'm biracial. So listen, Done. Here is the question. Okay, listen, you think that this is your fucking space. It's not. I'm going to ask you the question again. So share with me specifically how I grift, quote unquote, off of Blackness.
You use the Black struggle. You weaponize it.
In what way? Be specific.
Will you let me finish?
If you'll get to the point.
Every time I talk, you cut me off.
Come on.
First off, you're using a community that you're not a part of to get things from white people.
What do I get from white people?
Sympathy, guilt, a platform on the internet, which you're trying to build up from a community that you're not a part of.
No, so I don't think that you know. So
I know dark-skinned guys elevate biracial women like you because they're insecure about themselves. We know that happens. So that's the reason why you get a hold of Blackness, right? Mm. Biracial women like you are elevated by darker-skinned men. It's the truth. Darker-skinned men elevate biracial women like you. So then what you do is you act like you're a part of that community, even though you're elevated within that community, right? And then you use that struggle to get things for yourself. The same way that the lady that ran for president just did. She used a Black guy who she slept with to get into politics and then worked her way up by using that Black struggle. You're doing the same thing.
Okay, so listen. How long have you followed me?
I've seen you on TikTok, I don't know, last 6-7 months.
Okay. So, would it be fair to say that you don't know anything about me or my platform at all?
I've debated invited you on your platform before.
That's not what I asked you.
Yes, I know about your platform.
So share with
come
me.
On here with your veteran stuff.
So
you come on here hating Donald
Don,
Trump.
stop for a moment. Stop for a moment. Stop. So you think that seeing me on TikTok for 6 or 7 months tells you what you need to know about who I am?
Your words and your political beliefs and your racial
so now it's my political beliefs. It's my political beliefs.
It's my racial background.
It's my political beliefs that you have a problem
you got
with.
Black as Fuck Friday as a woman that's half white.
I do. Do you want to know why? We're reading a book. Because we're reading a book.
Yeah, it's not your history.
We're reading a book.
You should worry about biracial history.
We're reading a book.
Yeah, you should know about that. Do you have a white as F Saturday? Hey, this is between two biracial people.
Well, no. So you and I are not the same.
No,
you and I are not the same.
Not.
No, because you have a problem. You have a problem. You have a problem with your. You have a problem with your own melanin levels.
No,
you have a problem with your racial makeup.
Lady, you're not black.
You have a problem with your racial makeup.
You're a biracial woman.
You have a problem with your racial makeup. So what is it that you don't like about your blackness? What is it that you don't like about your blackness? What is it about you that you don't like about your blackness?
You are using.
What is it that you don't like about your blackness? What is it that you don't like about your blackness? What is it that you don't like about your blackness? What do you not like? What do you not like? What is it that you don't like about your blackness? What do you not like about your blackness?
You're not black. The person I'm talking to,
I know he is
not black. She's a biracial woman. She's trying to leech off the black struggle because she goes.
And in what way? You have yet to tell me.
You're elevated. Biracial women like you, why aren't you doing a white as F Wednesday? Because you can't pull this crap on white people. You go
because I don't need to do a white as fuck Wednesday.
Because you're elevated amongst black people. That's why you do this stuff.
He's very triggered.
Like no, it's the truth.
He's very triggered.
So who'd you marry? A white man?
He's very triggered.
Man? Who'd you marry?
He's very triggered.
Who'd you marry? A white man or a black man?
Why is who I married relevant?
Yeah. Oh, because that's political.
No, it's not.
How you live your life is political, 110%.
No, it's not.
Other people, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, my ex-husband's black.
I know, because that's the only people who validate.
No, he's not, because he's not dark skinned. He's not dark skinned.
I'm sure.
I'm sure. I know him.
Biracial women like you get elevated by black men, so that's why you go to that community.
He is really, he absolutely hates his blackness.
What I'm telling you is the truth.
He absolutely hates his blackness.
You keep saying it, but it's the truth, lady. People like you.
So my name is Dani. Done first. My name is Dani.
Truth, man, I'm telling you. Are you white?
So,
are you white?
Oh my gosh. Hold on a second.
As the host, are you white?
Danny, go ahead, Darnell.
Dani, are you white?
So hold on, Don, for just a moment.
She won't say that she's white.
Done.
She has a white parent, but she'll say she's black.
You don't run this platform. Shut up for a second, I said. Shut up for a moment.
Don't trust.
Shut up for a moment.
Choose one parent over the
Shut the fuck up.
Got Colin Kaepernick up here.
Or don't. Or don't. You could have stayed, but you won't shut the fuck up. You could have stayed, but you won't shut the fuck up. So for me, let me just tell you something, you all, like real talk. Okay. I have listened to people like that my whole life. Right? My entire life. I speak very, very openly about not being white enough for white people, not being black enough for black people my entire life. Hearing from someone like that is not new. There is nothing new about that. Nothing. And by the way, that shit right there is rooted in the history of this country. That is rooted in the enslavement of black and brown people in this country. They love for colorism to exist within our communities. They love it. They absolutely want Black people fighting with each other about who is or isn't Black, or who is or isn't Black enough. They want you to say, oh, well, you're not brown paper bag, or you're not this, or you're not that. They love it. Literally doing the work of racist. That's what Dun Dun is doing. He's doing the work of racist. And it's been like that forever.
I might also point out that it sounded to me like a man who was struggling with his identity.
Well, that's why I told him he hates his own Blackness.
Yes, he came up here with a chip on his shoulder, and everything out of his mouth was an anger and bitterness and sorrow and everything else. He really acts like he was struggling with his entire identity.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling. I'm definitely not. And if you didn't catch the little lace of misogyny, lady, whenever they bring out the lady, it's a pretty sure sign they don't respect women. It's a pretty solid sign they don't respect women. Right? So for me, I don't really care what someone like that thinks about me at all. And the reality is that this platform has been built off of advocacy and service to other people. Literally, if you knew anything about me, you'd know that people began following me because of things that I was willing to do for other people, regardless of the color of their skin, and things that didn't even directly impact me at the time. Right? And so when people say, oh, you grift off Black people, please share with me how. Because you fucking can't. Right? You fucking can't. So, yeah.
I want to add something for the people who are on like the deconstruction journey, where this topic kind of intersects. Soledad O'Brien did like a documentary. It's called "Who Is Black in America," and there's 2 parts to it. You can find it on YouTube. Where she like, because she's biracial as well. She like when interviewed people about their experiences growing up as biracial people in this country. You know, and for many of them, they get to decide how they identify.
Mm-hmm.
I have a very large family. I mentioned before, it's like the United Nations over here. I have biracial cousins and nieces who some have married white guys, some have married Black guys. One of them married a Mexican. But who cares really?
I don't.
That's my thing. Who cares? And like you said, this is all part of like racism. His struggle is he's struggling with his own identity wherever he might be living, on like where he fits in.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to choose a side, that's fine. But you don't get the chance. You don't get to tell anyone else how they should identify.
Through whom do you make your money? Through me. I make my money through me, Pushing Papa. I make my money through me. What you mean? So for those of all who do not know, I have an incredibly diverse community. And yeah, like, give me 1 second. I need to grab this this confirmation code. 1 second, y'all. Okay. All right, I'm back. Yeah. So, it's wild to me. So here's what I know. When people can't argue with your facts, when people can't say anything about the subject matter in which you discuss, and then they want to make it about you as an individual person, that tells me all there is to know. And I'll just, so listen, do y'all want to know how I discovered for real? Because my mom, God love her heart, she really absolutely wanted me to just be able to be me in this lifetime, right? But it is society that taught me that I'm Black. It is absolutely. Now, listen, society taught me very quickly, and I'm talking kindergarten, that I'm Black. And then there were some parts of Black communities that taught me I'm not Black enough for them, right? And that's okay because I'm not for everybody. And I'm not trying to be with or for everybody. And so if you are a Black person who is like, oh, well, I don't like biracial people, or biracial people aren't Black, that's fine. That's you, that's how you believe, that's who you are. That doesn't have anything to do with me or how I exist in this world. What I know is that when I function through this life, when I go through this world, and in this country, people might not know exactly what I am, right? Because when you get into lighter variations of melanin levels, right? You get to be a little quote unquote racially ambiguous. So people will oftentimes, my entire life, have asked me, what are you mixed with? Like I'm acrylic paint, right? And what I would my response to you would be, I wish you would be mixed with just respect and humanity. Why don't you get mixed with some human decency and kindness? The fact that you are still determining or attempting to classify people based on their melanin level is wild to me, and especially in 2026. But you do you, boo. Do you? I really don't. I'm not here to argue with people about that. And newsflash, I have never ever in my life needed a self-hating biracial man to tell me who I am. And that will not start today. Just so we're clear. Never. Never, ever, 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 ever. So, all right. All right, folks.
If I may, would you mind taking a drink?
Oh, my water. Thank you.
And I would like to get back to what I came up here for, and that is I am a veteran. I'm the old part up here. I served from 1980 to 1985, and I was lied to the entire time that I went into the service. And in that service, we did lose an 8-man crew in air, sea, and rescue. And the reason that they gave their lives was not for what they thought. And that is the disheartening side of all of this.
Yeah.
Is that the veterans that are in there for the patriotic reason, for the honor of it and integrity of the service of their country, have been lied to, have been cheated in whatever way by those that have the power above. This has been a thing of money the entire time.
Yeah.
I have woke up at the age of an older age, to say that, and I'm looking at things like 1871, the Chinatown in Los Angeles, 1898, the Wilmington Insurrection, 1919, the race riots in Chicago, the Philippine-American War of 1899 to 1902, the Morrill Rebellion from 1902 to 1913. These are things of history that have gone throughout, that we have been lied to, we have been put in harm's way for those that we had no idea. I was in Lackland when the Shaw was brought there with his cancer, and the people were in hostage, and I was dead set against those people that were holding our people hostage, and I was dead set to give what I had for that, and then to wake up 40 years later to find out that we was BS the entire time. That our rights had been taken away, that our news has been turned into propaganda. That the guardrails were being taken down as we spoke. It was just crazy. So I don't regret nothing that I did, other than the fact that I won't allow those people that gave their lives to die in vain, because they didn't give it so that somebody could get richer. They gave it so you could have your freedoms. They gave it for the patriotism you thought it was about. And to wake up 40 years later and find out that you were lied to the entire time is just sickening.
The entire time.
And I didn't go back on my military till 40 years later. 40 years later, I go back and here they now. Oh, whoa. Yeah, we're sorry. Here's the money. It's crap, man. I mean, it just, I really don't, it just, I'm beside myself with it. That's all I can say about it is that this has been going on for a long time. And you guys are the educated ones. You guys are the ones that have the access to all the education you need with the internet and everything about it. It's there. It's available. Do something with it. Don't allow this to continue. Stand up for what you believe in, and make sure it's what you believe in that you're voting for. Make sure that you hold their hand to the fire. You know, because that's the only way this is going to get turned around. 100%. And you do have to do it with that. Dani, you have a great plan. Stick with it. Everybody jump on board.
I'm getting some right now.
This is something that we can do.
It is.
It's just going to take some tenacity. It's going to take some movement. Stick with it.
There's a strawberry lemonade one.
I'll just land my plane there. I'm just, like I said, the gentleman Mello came up here and you know, talked about things he had no idea what he was talking about. You know, it sounded like the most misinformed young man I've heard in I don't know how long. And they're listening to all this BS, this propaganda, and you just search it out. You have the knowledge, you have the technology. Fact check everything you find. That's what I love about you, Dani, is everything you got receipts. Everything you got, you can back it up. And for that, I can really appreciate.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anyways, I'll land my plane. Thank you much.
I appreciate you, Scotty, as always. Let me see if I'm able to set this. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me just a second. I'm trying to help Miss Mila. She wants water. And let me see if this works. Okay, that's good. So for the folks of you all that are asking, are we still doing Black as Fuck Fridays? The answer is yes. The book is right here in my hands. Give me 1 second though. I need to help her. If somebody that's on the panel can do like a quick half-ass sort of mod announcement while I grab this for her, I'd appreciate it.
I can do that, Dani. Okay, listen up, everybody. If you have not joined Dani's community, click on the little orange heart up to the right of her name. If you click on that, then you can join her community. It costs you 1 coin. And if you are already in your community and you haven't sent your daily heart me, please go ahead and do that because it helps keep her out on the FYP. Also, if you look at the link in her bio, you can join her Discord. And you can join her Project for the People. Down at the bottom of your screen, there's a little arrow button. We've got 346 shares, but if you look at the top right, we have 444 people in here. So we should have greater than 444 shares. So please share this out, repost it, share it to friends, add it to your story. That really helps Dani's community. Also on the bottom, you'll see a little pink gift box. If you click on that, you can send her your community gifts. You can send her the community hearts, etc. So please take care of that because it helps keep Dani on the FYP. And also, if you have the time and the ability, when she starts doing Black AF history, I would personally really appreciate it if as many of us that can will do the post a highlight, okay? So if you click on that orange heart and you scroll down a little bit, you're gonna see this post a highlight. You can do it 10 times a day. I think, well, mine lets me do it multiple times a day. Please do that and share that out because that gets part of Dani's life out to other people, maybe who don't know her. And for people who look like me and don't have any melanin in their skin, clearly they need to get some education, apparently. So if we could do that to help her, that would be great. I don't know if I missed anything, but basically, there you go.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Scarlett. So before I dig in to Black AF history, is there anything that anybody that's on the panel wants to add just to kind of round out where we are right now in this moment before I read?
I requested up in the middle of the stuff with women who look like me centering themselves, and I literally requested up so that I could tell them not very nicely to shut up. So Dani, I'm going to tell you, like I told you last time I was up here, my love, you don't have to say it in love. White women we do not deserve your emotional currency to say that shit in love. I'm just going to say, girl, you do so much. You do so much. Okay. And then the whole veteran thing was really triggering for me. I'm standing in my fabric shop listening to you as I do literally every single day. And I was 19 years old when I went. 19. You know, I was in basic training when 9/11 happened. Okay. And it's very difficult to have people come in here like that moron and act like we should just point blank period trust everything the military does. And I just don't. That was all that I came up for. And I'm very excited about this book. I'm very excited about you reading it. I actually read it also on my Whatnot Lives for my fabric stock. I live stream and sell fabric and all sorts of things for my store, but I force my community into history lessons, so they're not allowed to avoid it. And so that's actually the next book I read to them too. And so I think it's hilarious that we both chose to start reading it at like the same time.
Yeah, it's a great.
And I love you for everything you do, veteran to veteran. So that was it.
Right back at you.
Mute my little ass.
Right back at you. Appreciate you so much, Scarlett. Yeah, 100%. You know, when I joined, I was 17. And then I started basic like less than 3 months, right at 3 months after I turned 18. So you talk about babies. We were babies. 100%. So yeah, same Angie. Yeah. 100%. It's wild. Same Jen.
I was in a year before I went to basic.
Yeah, see, all so about the same.
I just happened upon your page about a year and a half ago, and the amount of knowledge and respect that you bring to what you put out there has, like, I know you don't like you changed my life stuff, but it's opened my eyes to like all this stuff that I didn't know that I didn't know, and now that I know it, I push it out every chance I get.
I appreciate that.
And that's all that I take from it. Like, and if it doesn't fit, I let it slide. And I really appreciate you, but I have to go into a meeting. So if you want to drop me,
I got you.
Love you, mean it.
Love you, mean it, Jen. Appreciate you. Yeah, folks. I don't like the whole like you whatever, because this is the way that baby girl.
I drink a lot of flavored water.
You drunk a lot of flavored water. I love that. Good job. The book. So listen, you guys, the book itself is Black AF History. It's by Michael Harriot. And so what happened is last week, we were reading this as part of, Juneteenth. And someone in the chat, I don't know if you all remember this, was like, can we make this a regular thing? Do y'all remember that? And I said, sure, we can just make it Black as Fuck Fridays. And that is how we got here, is at the request of people in the chat. Not me grifting, which, by the way, I don't have a link to get any money from this book. Michael Harriot is a Facebook friend of mine, but I don't know him. Know him. We just know each other because we belong to the same poetry community. So I don't have a commission link for the book, but do support his work. He also writes for the Griot, And he started out, he was writing for the Root before the Griot, just in case you did not know.
I missed it on the Juneteenth. Did you get to discuss Opal Lee on Juneteenth?
I don't, you're asking me to go back in my brain. I don't even know what I don't even know what we discussed or didn't discuss.
I was wanting to know more about her. I need to do some more research on her.
I got
that was
you.
an amazing story that I got on that.
Okay, yeah, I don't think he does a Substack live every Friday too. Love that. Yeah, Friday was a rough day. Friday was a really, really, really rough day. Yeah, it was a rough day. Okay, so a couple of things. Holy jeez, I need to be doing like 2 or 3 different things, and I'm not. Yeah, it was a wild day. That's for sure. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right. Uno momento, folks. Okay. Oh, appreciate you guys. Okay, so listen, really quickly, just to kind of there we go. That is what I'm looking for. Holy jeez. What is this for? Sorry, y'all. Okay, sorry. Because I'm trying to multitask and I'm sucking at it, aren't I? Give me 1 second.
Dani,
yes.
No negative self-talking, ma'am. And we should not, if women apologize for shit that we have no business apologizing for, ma'am. You're amazing, so you don't need to apologize anymore. I'm going to remute myself now, ma'am.
Yeah. I can, if you can please just come. Okay. All right. Okay. Done, and done. I don't even know what all of that is. Okay. All right. So I'm going to dive into the book if everybody's cool with that. Okay. I'm going to dive into the book. Ignore the folks in the chat that want to be disruptive. Let me just say this. If you are black or white or any fucking thing else, I don't care if you are rainbow colored with glitter in your hair, and you dislike me or what I do or whatever, feel free to exit. You do not have to be here. I don't know if you think that it's a requirement for you to come into this space, but it's not. So like, I don't go into spaces with people I don't like, right? I don't go into spaces and talk and be in environments. If I feel like someone is not a good person, if I feel like someone is a grifter, if I feel like someone is whatever, then I don't go in their spaces. So feel free to leave. Okay? Just offering that to you. You don't have to be here. Okay? I hope that helps. Okay? All right. So here we go. Black AF History. This is written by Michael Harriot. The subtitle is The Unwhitewashed Story of America. Things that I love about the way that Michael does this is he writes from a place of humor, often a little bit of sarcasm, irony, those types of things. If you missed the beginning of the book, he talks about his home that he grew up in. and how in the middle of his home was like the walls were just lined with books. And that is where he learned a lot of the things in his life that he learned is through these books and his family and his uncle. And his podcast is funny. Yes, he is funny. For real, for real. So chapter 2 is where we're at. If you missed chapter 1, you can go back to YouTube and go look at last Friday, and you will hear me read chapter 1 from there. Okay. All right. So here we go. Buckle up, buttercups. Chapter 2, the church fight that started slavery. Yes. Chapter 1 was Earth, Wind, and Fire. We love that. Okay. There are entire books about the history of European religion, social caste systems, and how Europeans turned the African continent into a factory for raw human material. But to understand the origins of America's constitutionally enshrined human trafficking system that legally reduced people to chattel, we must go back to the inception of the transatlantic African trade that formed the foundation of America's color-based social hierarchy. It started at church, the church. After a little-known woodworker named Jesus died, Christianity began trending in Europe. Long before the conservative Christian movement co-opted the idea of using Christianity for the purpose of expanding a political base, the Roman Empire thought it might be a good idea to combine church and state for the sake of politics and world domination. The Holy Roman Empire eventually fell, but the idea of using God's infallible human intercessor, the Pope, as a political leader continued, making the Catholic Church the most powerful institution in Europe. The Vatican had its own army, settled disputes between countries, and even negotiated treaties. In 1054, the church split into two factions, the Eastern Orthodox Church and the Catholic Church, each controlling different parts of the European continent. As it relates to our story, all you need to know is this. Since 711, North African and Arab Muslims known as Moors controlled different parts of Al-Andalus. Andalus? It looks like Andalus. Or the Iberian Peninsula, which was home to the countries we now know as Spain and Portugal. To get control of their respective homelands, Spanish and Portuguese nobles assured the Pope that the Latin Church would see an increase in tithes and offerings if the church supported the Reconquista, the 400-year-old struggle to rule the Iberian Peninsula. The papacy jumped at the chance to expand its territory and gain some revenue, because when haven't they? So in 1123, Pope Calixtus proclaimed that the Reconquista, I don't know why I'm having trouble with that word today, was part of the Crusades, a series of religious wars to control the Holy Land and make non-Christians disappear. You know, the very peaceful, amazing, incredible religion of Christianity. During this constant conflict between the Christian and Islamic kingdoms, Africans, Eastern Europeans, and Asians were all subject to varying forms of servitude. Although slavery existed during this time, it was never exclusively race-based, nor was it widespread and entrenched as it would become in America and in the Americas. By the time Spain and Portugal reconquered their homelands, I don't know why I just clicked over here. Sorry, guys. By the time Spain and Portugal reconquered their homelands in the early 1400s, centuries of warfare had left both countries in dire financial straits. Meanwhile, other European countries had emerged from the Dark Ages, finished their crusades, and revitalized their economies. If Portugal or Spain had any chance of existing alongside their European counterparts, they both needed new sources of income. And the best way to do that seemed to be through gaining control of the peninsula. This land grab spawned an intense rivalry, the likes of which wouldn't be experienced again until the dawn of the Prince versus Michael Jackson debate. By the way, Prince wins, in case anybody's wondering. After John of Aviz and his sons took control of Portugal from the Moors, he was crowned king. but he still had to figure out how to curry favor with the pastor by putting a little extra in the offering plate. Because Portugal was essentially a new country, they didn't have a great credit score and their options were limited. Luckily, King John's son, Henrique, was obsessed with two things: boats and Africa. In 1415, when he was just 21 years old, Enrique had distinguished himself in battle, and when he had helped capture the North African city of, and I'm going to butcher this, but I'm just going to try it. Is it Ceuta? It's Ceuta, Ceuta, which was slowly becoming an important trading outpost for Portugal. After the siege, Henrique heard stories that Africa was rich in gold, treasure, and unsophisticated Africans. Imagine that. I love that, Gumps. Hank wasn't even thinking about the slave trade at the time, right? He just had a simpler idea. Instead of expanding their territory through warfare, what if they found new, unexplored territories and just took the resources and the land from the African savages? Seemed easy enough, but there was a problem. Monsters. During the Middle Ages, the bravest white adventurers would embark on voyages for the sake of honor, glory, and obviously money. Back then, items that weren't locally available were highly coveted, especially pelts, precious metals, and spices. In the event that these seasoned salt-seeking seafarers didn't return home, most people assumed that the fearless travelers must have run into some kind of undefeatable beast, a story bolstered by the fact that every time European sailors tried to explore the West African coast, they never made it further south than North Africa's Sahara Desert coast. It had to be monsters. What else but a saber-toothed Leviathan could defeat these gallant pathfinders and rickety ships? Undeterred, Enrique sailed off to figure out where the Africans trading in the North African province of Ceuta were getting all this gold. But time and time again, he failed miserably on his mission to make it there. How was Portugal going to satisfy Europe's most vital institution, the Catholic Church, if he didn't have a pot of gold? If he didn't figure something out quick, the church might just let his neighbors in Spain take over. Then Enrique got another bright idea: cultural appropriation. For centuries, African Coptic sailors. Okay, sorry, a breaking news thing came over and I had to look, but we've already talked about it. For centuries, African Coptic sailors had been sailing in smaller boats called lateens with triangular sails instead of the big ships with old school square sails used by the Europeans. Enrique asked one of his African servants captured during the Reconquista how to build these ships and avoid the sea beasts. After the servant laughed for about 45 minutes at his captor's belief that a gang of oceanic gremlins was out there taking down the ships, he informed them that the sea thugs weren't killing white people. It was the wind. Using this new knowledge, Enrique assembled a few cartographers to draw new maps. Instead of charting the land and the seas, Enrique's boys drew charts of the ocean's currents and cornered the exploring market by mastering the quote-unquote trade winds. By the time Enrique was put in charge of the Portuguese version of the Knights Templar and appointed Grand Master of the Military Order of Christ on May 25th, 1420, he had taught a generation of Portuguese sailors how to maneuver ocean currents in these new lateen-rigged caravels, earning a name that would last forever: Prince Henry the Navigator, that he learned from the slave. Just want to throw that in there. Can you imagine having to be told it's the wind? Sorry, that's just funny to me that nobody ever thought it could be the winds, but just the African gremlins. Okay. Just, it's wild to me. So in 1441, Henry sent 2 knights, Nuno Tristão and Antão, it looks like Antão, Goncalves, off in their late model Portuguese ships to explore Africa and see what they could find. While filling his boat with seal pelts, Goncalves ran across a naked African and his Berber female servant, the first native Africans that he had encountered in his 20 years of exploration. So, of course, he kidnapped them. I mean, what else would you do when you run across naked Black people? Kidnap them. That's the first thought that I would have. I mean, I don't know about you all, but that seems perfectly rational to me. So when Goncalves met up with Tristão's boat, the two decided to see if this new African servant, who just happened to be with them, could interpret the unclothed Black prisoner's language and tell them where the gold was. The captured African basically told his kidnappers that he wouldn't be driving a camel if he knew where to find gold. He pointed the knights toward a nearby fishing camp, and the sailors took 10 Africans this time, including the chief, figuring one of them had to know how to find some gold because they're naked and riding camels. But sure, they know where all the gold is. The next day, the brilliant but bloodthirsty white knights used the native captives to lure the African, quote-unquote, savages out into the region. Into the open, sorry. Goncalves and Tristão were shocked to find themselves ambushed by 150 Africans who opened a can of African whoop-ass on these Portuguese warriors. Tristão ran back to his ship and kept sailing south to search for gold, but Goncalves was shook. He decided to head back to Portugal with his sealskins and the 10 captives. But by the time Tristão returned to Portugal, Goncalves had already sold the sealskins and was preparing to split the profits from this expedition. Tristão was astonished at his share of the take, wondering who his partner had bamboozled into paying such an exorbitant amount for a shipload of monk seals. The bulk of the money hadn't come from the seals. Anybody want to guess where the money came from? If it wasn't from the seals skins, where did most of the money come from? What did he sell? Came from he sold the African men. And he said most of the duo's profits came from the human cargo. In 1442, when Henry sent Goncalves on another expedition, he brought the African chief along, figuring he could ransom the chief back to the Africans. And sure enough, in exchange for the African abductee, he received a big stash of ostrich eggs. Don't ask. A small amount of gold dust and an ox hide shield. Finally, an African negotiator brought out 100 men, women, and children in a parade and allowed Goncalves to choose any 10 in exchange for the chief. The next year, he returned. But this time, instead of ransoming or kidnapping his human cargo, he bartered for 14 of the village's captives and resold them in Portugal. In 1444, the Portuguese discovered it was easier to barter for their human cargo than capture them, because then you might have to deal with the African whoop-ass. And with that started an entire new economy, one of stealing human souls. Tristão and Goncalves go down in history as the first Europeans to purchase Africans from Black slave traders and resell them in Europe. When Henry heard about the sale, he was no longer interested in the ostrich eggs, the sea pelts, or the spices. He wanted to know more about this people trading thing. But Henry hadn't cleared this practice with the church and didn't know what the Pope would think. Sure, I mean, they had, quote unquote, enslaved Moors and Jews and non-Christians during the Crusades, but That was like a military thing. It wasn't like a pure cash grab. When explaining his rationale to the church, Prince Henry would argue that technically he wasn't an enslaver because true Christians would never do that. Instead, he allowed Portuguese missionaries to, quote unquote, save the Africans by converting them to Christianity. The argument worked. By 1446, more than 30 Portuguese ships had filed applications with Prince Henry for people stealing licenses. And in 1455, Pope Nicholas V granted Henry a monopoly on the African human market as long as they baptized their cargo. How many of you all knew that the Catholic Church was involved in the transatlantic slave trade, and that the Catholic Church was okay with human trafficking as long as you, quote unquote, converted them to Christianity and baptized them? If you didn't,
That's hypocrisy.
If you did not know that, put a 1 in the chat. If you did not know that, put a 1 in the chat.
So why was? Can I ask a question? Why was I told as an American in America that it was the Arabs who caught them and sold them to these people? Is that true, or is that a fallacy?
I would say because it serves the narrative of America, right? America loves to demonize the Arab countries. Do they not?
Yes, big time.
Yeah.
That's why we have Islamophobia right this minute. The Zionists have no other way to attack history and truth without Islamophobia.
And so this is one of the reasons why I wanted to read this book, is because he does a beautiful job of taking like actual historical fact and then telling it through a lens that is not white, right? And I think that most of us are so used to consuming whitewashed information from a white lens that we don't even realize it the vast majority of the time. It's just the telling of the story is told that way, right? But when it's told differently, when it's told from this perspective, you just go, well, damn, really? Because who else is going to tell you that the Catholic Church literally is at the center, is at the very beginning, the inception of the slave trade and chattel slavery as we came to know it here in the United States, that it was rooted, that it was right there in that moment, right? Not many people, and I don't know of right, because they're unpalatable facts, right? And it, for me, it goes always back to the whole white savior thing, right? We're going to save the Africans as if they needed to be saved. Now, keep in mind the original. So the thing that I want you to remember is that they didn't want to sell people to them at the beginning. The first exchange of the people came in order to get their chief back that had been kidnapped. I really want everybody to don't miss that point, though. Don't miss that point. The only time, the time that people were offered was in exchange for the chief that they'd already kidnapped. They began kidnapping them first. Okay, I really just sit with that for a minute and don't make it be anything other than that. And Shimmy, if you can help, right, it was a ransom, 100%. Shimmy, if you can help in 3 minutes when I start to bring some of our Palestinian friends up to the panel, if I could have my moderators help me navigate the panel, that would be great. And Shimmy, if you could let folks know not to tag the moderators, not to bombard my folks with direct messages, that would be amazing. And what I'm going to do is, because I can do a panel of 8, if it's cool with the 4 that are up here, unless you have to go, I'll leave you holding space, and then I'll do 4 Pally folks at a time. Okay. And then we'll just do 2K each. Okay. And then we'll go from there. Okay.
Do you need a Palestinian translator for that?
So usually I don't. They know. I think Shimmy is typing it in the chat for them. Hussein also speaks English. I see you, Bilal. And so listen, for those of you guys, we are gonna 2K cam. That's what we used to do. If that's doable, then that's cool. Yes, I can do it again on VA payday. Yes, Sharon, we can do another one. So that's probably going to put us at like Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll do another one. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so we usually, we didn't get to do one earlier this week because everybody was like, payday is Friday. I know it's Mo. Okay. So listen, I want you all to give me just a little bit of grace for a second while you digest what I read so far, because I'm going to keep reading while we're up here. There are going to be some folks that join the panel in a second that I haven't had the opportunity to see their faces in about 2 weeks. And so you're going to have to give me a minute, cause I just want, yes, Rudin. Yes. Yes. So if you want to send it to me, I will divvy it out 100%. Okay. So y'all got to give me some grace. We are going to stay on the book. So this is the thing. I want to stay on the book because it will help the algorithm. Listen, and this is why I want to stay on the book, but I also want to say hello to my friends for a second. And then we'll just it'll come as Ruby. I got you. Okay.
Would you like me to drop, Dani?
Nope. You're good for holding space. It's good for the algorithm. Balance. I'm going to have you guys stay right where you are. I'll do 4 more folks. And then I'm going to rotate some folks out. But I'm just letting you all know, hey, Pin 1010, but just for a second, because I haven't seen my folks, it's going to take me a minute. Yes, baby doll. So it's going to be the next 4 boxes that I pull up, guys. Yeah, baby girl. Yes, you may. Okay, so I'm going to fix things up just a second, folks. Give me 1 minute while I fix my my boxes. And I don't want that. I don't want that. Stop. I don't want that. TikTok, stop. Jesus. I was doing the most. Why isn't it letting me you know how I normally get to see if it's 8 folks or whatever? It's not letting me do that. You'll be how many?
People are reporting you, so they're limiting your access. There you go.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah, no. Is that what I got now? Yes. Okay. I just wanted to get all my boxes. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay. And so mods, help me out. Anybody that can help me out with timers, and that sort of thing, that would be amazing. Okay. So, thank you. Shukran, Shimmy. I'm just going to start, hitting things. I got you, baby girl. 1 second. Oh, hold on. Alaikum salam. Hi, Bilal.
Alaikum.
Hella, Raja. I am missing. Oh, there she is.
Miss you, Dani.
Miss you guys.
Hello, Raja.
Miss my folks.
How are you, Dani? How are you?
I'm good. Alhamdulillah. I'm good. Thank you. Bilal. Keep halik, Bilal.
It's long time we can't see.
I know. How are you? So, guys, it's the bottom 4 boxes.
Miss you, Dani. Miss you.
Miss you too. Yeah, Cam. I think Bilal too, maybe, just for a minute. But yeah. Okay. So do you all know it's been a year? It's been a year since we became friends. And so it's been a long time that we've been with them, and that we know them, and that we love them, and that we miss them tremendously, insanely so much. So yeah, they make me cry sometimes. Holy geez. Anyway, Bilal, Keith Haddock, how is your wife?
My wife is still sick.
Still sick. Okay. It's not letting you. Okay, Kristen. I don't know. You know, TikTok sometimes acts a fool. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read some more just so TikTok doesn't get upset. And then we're going to go from there. And then Ruby sent me something that I will divvy out directly to Pally folks. And Mo, I still need to send you something as well. So, okay. Love them so much. All right, so here we go. Reading. And AJ, if you can just let them know that I'm going to read some from the book just to help the algorithm, and then we'll still rotate folks out. Okay. I know Hussein knows as well. Okay, so here we go. Where was I at? I got it. So yeah, these two individuals in cahoots with the Catholic Church were the first to go down in history to purchase Africans from Black slave traders and resell them in Europe. When Henry heard about the sale, wait. I've already done that part. Okay, I got that part. So Henry had finally found gold in Africa. Africans, Black people equaled gold, just so y'all get it. They were no longer on this quest for gold. It was, we can just take this human cargo in lieu of the gold and make the money instead, right? Yeah. Portugal's only problem was that it was a hassle to sail to Africa and snatch up some humans, travel back past Portugal, and then try to sell the stolen Africans in Western Europe. Plus, there really wasn't a big demand for African labor in Europe because the market was flooded with Moorish indentured servants and the remnants of feudalism. But with the age of empire building came the need for labor. Explorers could, quote unquote, discover land, and soldiers could conquer kingdoms. But if Henry could commodify the labor necessary to build and maintain these empires, then he would control a commodity more precious than any mineral or any spice, right? So a year after Goncalves brought the Africans back to Portugal, Henry set up the Casa de Guinea. It's this state-run commercial entity that would essentially become the prince's version of Amazon. Okay, who did I miss? I'm doing the best that I can, y'all. We're gonna do the best that we can. And I guess what I need to do is I need to also whatever the fuck I need to do. I need to, what's it called? Recharge. Hey guys, I have a fake, there's a fake one in here. And I hate that, but it does exist. There are people that fake accounts pretending to be people because they know that we know them.
Mo,
Yes,
can talk to Mo. He'll tell us who it is.
Yeah, so one of them dropped because he saw that he was beside the other one. He was beside the person he was imitating, and so he dropped. So I saw him. Okay.
Salam, Dani.
Salam, Keith Halleck.
What is my name? Aziz. That's a man.
Aziz.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
That's his name. His name is Aziz. He's
My name is.
Aziz looks like he's lost weight. Wow. Salam.
يا جماعة الخير داني بدها تقرأ دفتر على تاريخ أمريكا مع إذا هي بتقرأ لا تكلموا وانت هي بتقرأ من فضلكم شكرا. I told them that when you're reading they shouldn't open their mics. They accept.
I saw Bilal do this. I saw. Okay, I'm also recharging coins real quick. Give me a sec. Recharge. I'm multitasking. Sorry, guys, but it's okay. I'm trying to navigate both things. 715. Is it done?
Oh, I
yes.
also remember how I told you I couldn't recharge anymore without doxing myself?
Yes.
I found that TikTok is glitching so hard. It actually let me take about 5,000 coins. So I gave it all to my Gaza guests.
I
was
love
so
that.
Excited. I know it was so funny that it was glitching and it let me do it without doxing myself. It was hilarious.
That's amazing. We love that. So can you do me a favor? I know that Bilal will understand what I'm about to say, and I wish I could say it in Arabic, but I can't. I don't know how. But so listen, somebody sent me something to send, and so so Raja, do you have a working link now? Raja.
راجع انت معك لينك في البروفايل.
It's good now?
Okay, تمام.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, I have link.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Because
I have link. Dani?
Yes. Okay.
yeah,
Show is small.
His other one he couldn't use for a minute. Okay, so I have something for Raja and Bilal and Mohammed OS and I forget who the fuck else. I got a message to divvy it up, so I'm gonna send it via the link. Okay, Bilal. Okay, Raja, via link. Okay, amazing.
I agree, Danny.
Okay.
I know. Thank you, Scotty, for the reminder.
Yes.
Okay, it's about to get crazy out here in this request. It is
Thank you,
absolutely yeah. Don't thank me, but you're welcome. Don't thank me, but you're welcome. Because it ain't me. I also don't see Wadmi. I don't know if she's good or whatever, but just so that you guys know, I don't see her. If anybody else sees her, let me know. Okay. Let me do this. Oh my gosh, Wasim looks so different. Alhamdulillah.
How are you, Sister Dani?
I'm good, Zena. How are you? I am good.
How about your health? How about your health? Like, it's better.
Yeah, it's just still a little cough and phlegm, but I'm good. Thanks, Gumps. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so chat. So here's what we're doing. So guys, when Raja and Bilal hit 3, we can go ahead and rotate them out so I can do some other folks. And then because I have something to send them directly as well. But I just to let my mods know that. Because I know you heard me say something different before.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love you guys. I wish we could do more. But okay, here we go. Let me start reading again so that the numbers will like me. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So listen. So what they had basically figured out is that yes.
Can I share something with you? As usually, I like to share something with you.
Okay.
Really, today I am very proud to my people. You know, if you ask me why I do that, because that was supposed some things supposed happen today in Gaza. This is things supposed to be bad things, but alhamdulillah, that things not happening. I am speak about what. I am speak about a group of creators with occupation called on the people today to get out in the street, sister, as demonstrations against the resistance to reject the poverty.
Hold on, Mima.
And their heading goals is create chaos inside Gaza. This is the heading goals for these things. But the occupation was counting on these things, but they were surprised. Why? Because our people let them down. They were more aware. No one come out. And the only things we should protest against the occupation only, not against resistance. I hope you can get my point.
Yes.
And والله I'm very proud about how my people awareness and do the best thing.
Yes.
يسعد صوتك يخطي.
I hope my language was very good. I'm trying,
Yeah.
but I am always shares our news. What happened inside Gaza, because I am from the earth. I am from the earth inside Gaza, and when they take the news from me, it's different from the website or from the channel in news like this.
Yeah.
Yes, the Zionists were advertising that there's protests in Gaza against the resistance, which is now you're hearing it from somebody on the ground, which is completely fabricated, and they are panicking.
Dani?
They're panicking about us being able to understand what is going down on the ground.
Look.
Shukran, Yochti. Shukran. Kathir.
I see, Wasim. I see. So
Look, the school. That's the school. The school, Dani. The school.
that's the school, Wasim? That's the school. Yeah. Wasim, send me a
That's school. Look.
Wasim, send me a picture. Can somebody tell Wasim to just send me a picture of the school on WhatsApp?
This is school. It's called Damascus, my friend, in the North Gaza. In the North Gaza, it's the called Damascus.
وديلها
It's
صورة.
destroyed from the Air Force.
Okay.
شكرا. وديها صورة.
وسيم صور لها اياها فوتو. وسيم صور لها اياها فوتو بعت لها اياها.
Thank you, Hassan.
Shukran.
Hassan. So
They're gonna send you a photo.
yeah, Wasim can send it to me. Hey, Soha. So mods, can my moderators do me a favor? Go into the request box. There is another account that they have made of Soha's. It's in the request box. Can my mods go in and please block that account? It's a fake account.
It's a fake account.
Yeah, there's a fake account in the request box that is Soha's. And there's
ممكن حدا يحكي لها انه كمان احلام فاميلي في كمان لها حساب مزيف بالكومنت كمان بعلق.
She said, okay, my friend, you can.
She has a link also.
جي بعد اذنك خلص اعمل عمليه تبديل للجستات و
she told me Soha also في
هيك على طول
أحلام
لانه في زملاء تحت واصدقاء وعلاء تحت واحد اعمل عمليه تبديل
واحد الله يوفقكم. واحد يحكي.
Okay. Raji.
yeah, Cam, they may have left when I said it, but Cam, same pic, same name.
Yeah. Raji told me to tell you if you want to rotate it like another guest.
Okay, I know. I know.
Another thing, there's another account. Ahlam Saida, it's another fake account.
Okay.
بس بالله ينتبهوا عشان احلام الاصليه موجوده كمان بلاش شي يعملوا لها بلوك بالغلط.
حكيت لها.
Yeah, there's also a legitimate one. Again, they're trying to talk to you about the ahlam. she has a legitimate and there's a copy, so be careful. Don't block the legitimate.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So let me see real quick. And it's so listen, I want to bring some up, and then I need to, once I bring two more people up, then I want to read some more so that the algorithm kind of balances itself out, you guys. It's really important that I keep some balance going. And Mo, I don't know why I don't see you, because I don't know where. Ah, shit. I clicked the wrong button. TikTok moved. Hold on. I'm trying to. What's up, Kayla?
Salam.
Salam,
Dani.
Yeah, salam, Amal. Hold on one second. There's so many. You got to give me a second to scroll because I was trying to bring someone up and then it left. I know, Raja. I know, Raja. Yes, Mila, I'm coming. I promise. Jesus Christ. Hey, can one of my mods look? Do you see Mohammed OS? Because I thought I hit accept and it didn't go. I'm coming, Mila. I'm coming. I need to
Let him send to you follow up.
We got this, Danny. Go
I
ahead.
got him. Yeah. Thank you, Scotty. If you just do a mod announcement real quick and let me help Mila. I'll be right back, guys.
استنوا يا جماعة الخير، استنوا كيكا. داني مشغولة معكم. لو سمحتوا اصبروا شوي من فضلكم، اصبروا شوي. شكرا.
How are you doing, brother AG?
الحمد لله، الله يوفقكم.
حبيبي. Thank you, Haji. Thank you.
Thank you.
لا أنا بس هنا واقف. أنا. Please don't gift AJ, please.
السلام عليكم. Hello, Danny. How are you?
أهلا وسهلا. داني مشغولة. محمد داني ما شاء الله، الله يخلي لك.
سلامات. كيف الحال؟
محمد اصبر شوي. داني مشغولة. اصبر كيف.
Okay, I'm back.
تمام يا قلبي. تمام.
الله يوفقك حبيبي.
سلام داني. How are you?
Salam. Alhamdulillah. How are you?
والله الحمد لله يعني.
السلام عليكم.
جماعة الخير، بس خلونا نحكي نتفة يعني. نتفة بس بدنا نحكي وننزل يعني. ما هو كلها 5 دقايق وننزل.
He wants to explain something. Go ahead.
Salam, Dani.
Salam. Yes, baby.
الله يعطيكم العافية. كيف يعني؟ أنا أول شيء بتشكر داني كثير على وقفتها دائما معنا ومعها بالغزة. وداني ما قصرت ولا الناس هنا اللي معها قصروا. كل الشكر وكل الحب والاحترام لهم. يعني بتعرفوا انتم الظروف اللي بنمر فيها بالغزة ظروف صعبة، بنمر بظروف قاسية داخل خيام مفترقة ممزقة، بنعيش بأسوأ وأنهك ظروف يعني بغزة.
I know.
قد ما بدنا نحكي عن الوضع الإنسان الصعب اللي قاعد بنمر فيه، مش حنقدر نوصف لك الحالة أكثر من هيك أخوي عبد الغفار. يعني أنت عارف الظروف كيف الدنيا وكيف بنمر، وخصوصا أنت اليوم لما أنت تكون عندك عيلة وعندك فاتح عيلة، والوضع كثير صعب ومأساوي للأسف، ولكن الحمد لله على كل حال.
He says thank God over all.
Can I have 1 minute?
Yeah. 1 second.
Can I have 1 minute?
Who's asking?
It's Amal. Give me 1 second, you guys.
دقيقة من فضلكم.
Oh my gosh. It's move. So like when I go to select somebody, it moves and then I miss them. Mods, can somebody help me find Allah Shak Shak in the thing. I thought I hit accept for him and then he's gone. And I'm trying to find Allah Shak Shak. That's the one that I'm looking for right now. And I don't see him.
How is your grandchildren?
Oh, they're good. They're good. They're good. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, they're good.
Can you see? This is the latest. This is the latest picture I took 2 days ago for Sophia and Celine. Like, this is the actual description of how you can bring a beauty in the middle of the destruction.
Yeah, I see
they're
it.
growing so fast. And
they are growing so fast.
And I would love to thank everyone who's supporting me because that's going to them to provide their food, their clothes, to be able to take them to visit the family in the north. So big W everyone. And I have a tiny request, guys. There is in my bio, you can get Sophia chocolate bars. If you get some chocolate, you're gonna be happy about the chocolate. I will be sending them to you with Palestinian keychains, a Palestinian pen, and some stickers. It's a good quality chocolate. And at the same time, I will be able to provide to my daughters and to my coming baby, inshallah. It's a girl, Dani.
It's a girl. It's another girl. Hi, Osama. Hi, Osama Habibi. Can I get... Can somebody message Allah Shak Shak and tell him to come back? Because I'm trying to find him and I think he's gone. I don't know. There he goes. I see him. At least I saw the picture. Hold on one second. So folks, listen, and if you're asking, I want to just say something to everybody. Okay. I know that everybody in Gaza needs help. I know that. I would love to help every single person in Palestine. There are also people that I know that have health conditions and that have certain situations, and I just know. So, for example, Allah Shak Shak, I know that he has a heart condition. I know that he needs to get out of Gaza. I know that they're not letting him out. I know he needs treatment. I know that Hussein also has cancer. I know he has a tumor in his throat. So when they are here, I know that everyone needs help. I also am looking, if I know that there's a specific need and a specific thing, in Tegelabi, Osama, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make sure that I get those folks. So I understand that everybody needs help and we're going to get to as many people as we can. I also want you all to understand that some of them I just know about specific things. And so I'm trying to do the best that we can to make sure that those folks get help. Okay. So just so everybody gets it, we're doing the best we can.
Can I tell El Shak something?
Sure.
El Shak في مستشفى. السلام عليكم. عليكم السلام. إذا تقدر تعبر على القاهرة على مصر في مستشفى الفلسطينية في القاهرة هذا خصوصي.
المشكلة من غزة. المشكلة أنا معي التحويل ومش قادر أطلع من غزة.
He says he has paperwork, but he can't get through the border.
Right.
And I told him about the Palestinian hospital in Cairo. The PA actually pays for anything that the Palestinians have problems with, especially major problems like his. Mm-hmm. So I was just explaining to him that he says he understands, but he can't get through the border. They're making it very difficult.
Yep. Yeah, I knew that he had paperwork. He just could. They've even tried getting him, like at the WHO, getting someone to help because he is a member of Palestinian Press, and so you would think that that they would be able to do something to help, but they haven't been able to do that. So, folks, listen. Do me a favor. Yeah, appreciate you, whoever did that. So big W to the gifters. Thank you all for helping out. For those of y'all who are just joining, I'm going to continue to read Black AF history as well. We have been scheduling this this panel for folks that are in Palestine for a week. And so I want to make sure that I go ahead and host this and navigate this for folks so that they have an opportunity to get some assistance. Okay. Appreciate you. Okay, Kristen.
Would you like me to tell them to mute?
Yeah, that would be great.
يا جماعة الخير داني تطلب تحطوا ميوت بدها تقرأ كتاب. شكرا.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So let me see.
Marianne.
Is this, somebody check this account. This is the right one? Because I know that there was a fake. Is this the right one that I just brought up? Alaikum salam. Is this the right one, you guys? Somebody tell me and make sure that if I didn't get it right, I'm trying. Okay. I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm good. Okay. Awesome and amazing. Okay. So we're doing 2K and rotating out, folks. So I appreciate your patience with me. I swear I'm going to get back to reading in just a second. In just a second, I'm going to get back to reading. Is this the Alaikum salam.
من فضلك لا تحكي. داني بدها تقرأ كتاب ومعتاز انتوا ظلوا عميوت من فضلكم.
اخوي بس اتاكد من ام العبد مزيفه، تاكد منها هي ولا لا اللي تحتيه.
Which one?
هي كويسه؟
لا اتاكد منها، حسابه مزيف اللي تحتيه.
Oh, the one below him, he says is a bad account. He's stating.
Okay. That's what I was asking. There's two. Yep. Yeah, there's two. Shukran. They help me. Sorry guys, there's a lot of folks because there's a lot of need. There were bombings recently in Gaza on the beach for the folks that are in tents. That was literally in the last day or so. And so this is just how we can best help. So for those of you who do not know, 80% of Gaza, they are living in tents, and they are dealing with insects and mosquitoes. They are dealing with rats. They are dealing with all of those different types of things. The heat is also extreme, and they are dealing with that.
And now deadly snakes. The Zionists have released deadly venomous snakes into Gaza.
Yeah. So there's a lot that's happening there. And then you just add on top of that.
I don't know داني بتعطيكم كل شيء.
انا النت عندي مقطع عشان هيك انا مش سامع. انا
خليك على الميوت من محمد دخيل الله. خليك على الميوت. بدها تحكي داني، بدها تحكي. شايف شو بصير؟ بسكتوك. خليها تحكي من فضلكم. I told her please stay mute and so you can talk. Thank you.
Shukran. Raja, can you take a look and tell me if there's anybody else? Because I'm trying. Oh, I see Radwan. Okay. There's a lot of energy around y'all today. A lot. Salam, Radwan. Salam.
Salam alaikum.
Oh, alaikum salam. Keep halak.
Alhamdulillah, أنا بخير. سلم على عمتك ولا سلم على عمتك.
كيف حالك؟ أنت بخير؟
Oh, alhamdulillah, habibi.
He called you auntie.
I love that. Siti. Yeah.
كيف حالك يا سيستي؟
Oh, alhamdulillah, habibi. Keep Halleck.
Grandma, that's beautiful. You are awesome, Dani. Thank you.
Yeah, these are our folks. So can I check with the chat? Chat, can you guys salam Mamdo. Chat, Danikins, can y'all let me know how we're doing on coins? And that way I know, because I've got one more spot. If I do this one more spot, do we have enough to finish everybody at 2K?
I love
I
love you too, Susan.
We love you guys. So just let me know. I'm trying to. Okay. Danikins, can y'all share me where we're at? Share with me where we are. Are we still good? Okay, let me put him on mute. Okay, so I'm going to stay. You got one more? Okay, I got you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Aline. Thank you, Be Action. Appreciate you guys. So for those of y'all who do not, can I just take a second to explain one of the reasons why this is important? So some of them are able to get direct links when people host them from other countries. Like some of them have people that are in Australia or wherever, and they have links for them, and you're able to send things directly to them, right? Funds directly to them to help. But for many of them, that's not possible. And so when that's not possible, what they do is they're able to come on TikTok. And this one, no good.
No good.
No good.
احمد صقر لا no
انا اخوان
لا
Yeah, you have to drop him.
Okay.
the account in the effect.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Shukran. And so what they're able to do is when they come on TikTok, they are able to take those TikTok coins and they're able to withdraw them. And there's a way that they are able to use crypto to be able to get the things that they need on a regular basis. So when you're talking about baby formula, when you're talking about food, when you're just talking about regular clothes, items, things that they need on a day-to-day, medication, being on social media is how many of them are able to eat. And I want to be clear about something. It is not because they desire to be on social media reliant upon people. I really want people to understand this. 80% of the country is intense, right? So the jobs that they used to have, Mohammed Oes's dad used to work in a hotel and loved it. And beautiful facility, beautiful hotel. It no longer exists, right? So the ability for people to be able to go to work and to provide for their families and to do what they do, it doesn't exist. And so I know that it quote unquote might be quote unquote inconvenient in the middle of Black Air Friday, but you know what? We will be the fuck okay. When we get done running this Pally panel, I'll pick up this book and we will continue to read. And then I'll be able to take my daughter and my granddaughters and I'll be able to go to the grocery store and get what we needed to get, because that's the privilege that I have at this moment that they do not have. So I appreciate everybody's patience. And I just want everybody to understand why we do Pally panels and what the reason is, and that it is, and that there's a need. And so just so everyone understands that that's what this is about, you know. In this space 2 weeks ago, we helped do a fundraiser for Patrice. She was going to the Congo and back to the orphanage where she was raised, and she left there in 2008. And so I don't know if you all saw, but she put up video. I reposted it. And so she's made it there. And so the fundraiser that we did for them is helping children that are in the Congo. And so, you know, there are
one more, please.
Carla, what'd you say?
One more, please.
Okay, I got you, Scotty. Thank you guys. And this is always the challenge. I think I've done there. Look at that. Look at the universe just going ding. Salam Wadmi. Keep Halak, sister. Keep Halak.
Can I end up? مرحبا.
أهلين مين بيحكي؟
AJ عبد الجبار معك.
هلا.
يا هلا.
Hey, Money, did you come to help the Gaza Strip?
No, I'm in a different state, right? So I'm in a different timing.
Got you.
I popped in because I got shares. I didn't know it was the Patty panel right now.
So actually it's
Hey,
welcome.
We are rounding out the panel. It's been pretty extensive. But hey, Money, if you could do me a favor and take a peek at the request to see if there's anybody that that we know that we missed. Yeah, baby.
I got you. You got the whole Gaza Strip in the request.
I know. Girl, I know. Okay, you can get one. And we handled, I'm not sure if the Abu Tawfiq, I don't know if that's the real one or the fake one.
Let me see if I can find him.
Also, I have a dear friend who helps me on my life.
Ask Dominic to get it for
figure
me,
out
please.
who's who. His name is Hatem. If you could include him in the future, Hatem is a good boy.
Oh, I know him.
And little
We know him, by the way. He just got here.
Good.
Yeah, I know him. I was like, I know him. I know that name. Yep, I know that. I know him.
Thank you, A-Money.
No problem, AJ, brother.
Okay.
I'm trying to see Abu Tawfiq. You know what I hate about this? When you try to accept someone and it goes to accept someone else.
Yes, girl. I know. It did that to me earlier. And I was like, oh, shit. So, yeah. So this is the one that I wanted to see if he...
Don't gift him, y'all.
Wait just a second. I want to make sure that he's the real one. And then the gift.
Wait, don't gift him, y'all. Wait. Salam alaikum. There he goes. That's the right one.
That's the right one. Okay. Yay. Okay. Let me just add. This is how I know. Because somebody was trying to pretend to be him before. And so, hey, Money, they had me super emotional today. I don't know why. I'm going to blame it on the full moon that's coming.
It's the kids.
Yeah, they had me super emotional today.
Yeah, me too.
Super emotional today.
Yeah, me too.
Super emotional today.
Salam alaikum, Abu Tawfiq.
Yeah, you too, Jay Bird. Yeah. It's a lot. Okay, so A Money, tell me again, marhabak is what? Marhabak. What am I saying? I'm saying hi, right?
Marhaba.
Marhaba.
Yes, you're saying hi. Marhaba.
Somebody just gave me flowers.
Did they? I love that they gave you flowers.
Because I was Glinda.
Because you were Glinda? I love that. When you cut it open for her, she don't like that flavor.
I just pick
It's
out
okay.
3 different flavors.
Well, why don't you, if you pull the pack out, let her pick one, baby.
So please don't give AJ. Please don't give her. مرحبا. شو بدك تخبري? I asked her what she want to say.
Oh, Wadmi speaks English.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Wadmi speaks English. Yeah, so we're gonna do. So listen, there's a military VA payday that's happening on the 30th, I think. And so we can do a live that day. We can do a Pally panel that day, A-Money, if you can let them know. We can do a Pally panel on the 30th on VA payday. There were folks that just didn't get paid today, and there were folks that did. Here, I'll cut it open for her. Oh, that's for you.
There is a time factor. A-Money, there's a time factor. We might have to tell them the 29th for that 30th.
Oh, they always know. When I tell them Tuesday, they tend to get it.
AJ's new here. You don't know. We know AJ.
Oh yeah, listen, they rock it. They rock it. Listen, we've been doing this for. Can you believe A-Money? It's been almost a year now.
Wow. God bless you all.
It's been almost a year. We met A-Money and DJK and folks almost a year ago. Okay, wait. So can we do one more, folks? And if I need to recharge, I can myself and do it.
Yeah, we got it. Go ahead, bring him up.
Yeah, hey, Money, do you see? I got him. Abu Malik.
And if you can speak about the links in your bio.
Yes. Yep. I did earlier and I'll do it again. You won. Yay. Good job. Good job, sissy. Really cute. So listen, folks, I said this before. In my link tree, there's an entire section and it says Palestinian support links. Those are folks that thank you, Raja. Those are folks that I know personally. They have links in there, and they also, most of these guys, even if their links are not in my link tree, many of them have links in their own profiles. So if you're on TikTok and you click somebody's face, if they have a direct link, I promise you it is in the about section for them. Okay, just so you know. Okay.
Great job, Danikins. Great job.
تمام داني كيف حالك؟
Oh, alhamdulillah, Malik. Keep halak.
الحمد لله داني الحمد لله.
How are the kids? How are the kids?
كيف أولادك بتحكي لك؟ أبو مليك كيف أولادك؟
فضل رب العالمين وفضل داني الحمد لله رب العالمين. فضل رب العالمين وفضل داني الحمد لله رب العالمين.
They're okay, alhamdulillah.
Okay. Can you ask him how his son's fractures healed? Did they heal okay?
ابنك كيف وضعه؟ تشافى ولا؟
الحمد لله اليوم 22. الحمد لله رب العالمين 22 اليوم.
Today is 22, he said.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Sammy will be my last one, guys, for today.
You know,
thank you, Steph. I appreciate you. I do. So let me, I just want to say this to folks. Here, Mila, did you want this, baby, or no? No? Okay. I want to say this to folks so that you hear me. There is no atrocities Olympics, at least definitely not for me in my world and the way that I see things. There is no need to try to compete or to draw comparisons between Gaza and the West Bank and Sudan or Congo or Haiti or Cuba or anywhere else. From my experience of those communities, and I've experienced more of the Pali community than everywhere else, but my experience of all of those communities is that they share in the desire of liberation and help for all of them. That's been my experience of them, and that they would not want you pitting one against the other in any way, shape, or form. And what we know for sure, Mo, I still need to send you direct as well. I need to send you direct. So, and I forgot until just now, but I've got a
Okay, she got a lot
reminder.
on her plate, but she's good for it, period.
I am good. Like, it might take me a minute, money, but
it don't matter. She's gonna get it done. Okay, she's gonna get it done. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
I have 75 to send to Mo, and then somebody sent me some money today for me to divvy up amongst some folks that we know need either medication or baby formula. So I'll do that later on. I'm really upset today. Whoa.
You're upset too much today.
I was doing, it's, So like, it's crazy to think. So I mean, part of me is like, God, I love them. And I'm so glad that I've known them for a year. And then there's another part of me that goes, why the fuck am I still doing this a year later? Like, why the fuck do people still need coins on TikTok to eat? Why the fuck is there still a G side a year later? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the, ugh, this should not be a thing.
It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. Genocide is not, we should not let the world normalize the genocide of the Palestinian people. That's the bottom line. Thank you, Dani.
Yeah, I know, Angela. I know. Yeah, Roger will be mad in a minute. He'll say, who's making Dani cry? And it's not that.
Dani, can we bring up one more?
Yeah.
And I'll try to get from my other account.
Yeah. Let me see what I have. And if I need to.
Let me see what you have. I'll go get my other phone and I'll get her. Hold on. I don't know if I got to her last night on my panel. I don't remember.
Okay, no worries. We're gonna do another one, A-Money, on Tuesday.
Do y'all write who Anwar request or tag me? I don't see the request.
Oh, I thought I brought Anwar. I thought I don't remember. Hold on. I thought or I
Are you guys familiar with the Albanian resistance move with the hands? I just did it with my friends.
What do you do with your friends?
The Albanian resistance move when they do it with their hands.
Yeah. I see it like this.
Yeah, like that, exactly. Like a falcon. They have a falcon sign, and then they do it with their hands.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Me. I can't find you, girl.
This one, right, A-Money?
Oh, she's here. Okay.
Yeah. I brought her up.
Okay. Thank you, Dani. How are you?
Yeah. Alhamdulillah.
I was waiting the panel. I was waiting the panel for 3 days, and every day I come to
خلص هي على حبيبتي خلص.
طيب يا إيماني بس بدي أحكي لها.
She wanted you know she's gonna wait for it. Okay.
I know, and that's why I had disconnected. I've been putting the sticker up saying we were going to do it on Friday.
And they see it, and she's like, "I've been waiting for 3 days."
I know, and I'm like, I know you have because I put the sticker up so that people would know. But the thing is like,
and
there's so many of them. I know.
Yeah.
بحكي لها كنت بقى منشن إيماني وببعث لها دي إنه بليز احكي لداني إني أنا على شو اسمه على الطلبات على الريكوست.
Raja. Yeah. He's talking about, look, Raja just had the nerve to say girls love to chat. Right. That's what he just said.
Well, he ain't lying.
No, hold excuse me.
Right.
داني حاجة
نعم.
إيماني بدي أفرجيكي أنت وداني حاجة على البانل. Okay.
Okay. She said she wants to show us something.
Okay.
Scotty, first of all, I barely talk on my panel, okay? Because you men take over late at night, okay? Dani.
I'm gonna drop.
Oh, that's beautiful.
For gifting me. I don't want any gifts, please.
I don't think they're gifting you. They're following you. Those 2 points are follows.
Dani.
Yes.
Okay.
You embroidery?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I make this.
Please don't give Scotty.
It's gorgeous.
I think Scotty, you too, yours are follows as well.
Probably.
She has the whole Gaza Strip in her request.
I sure do. And they will follow you when they see you gifting.
Yes.
And let me just say this, just so that everybody hears me when I say this. Do not, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to do one more. And if I can carry this one all by myself if I need to, it's okay. But this is one that Abu Sarraj brought to my attention. So listen, let me just say this, folks, just so y'all get this. When you get follows and you do not have to, respond to direct messages, I recommend that you probably don't, unless you are prepared and ready for what may come as a result. Okay. Just so everyone is clear. Appreciate you, blessed and grateful, and Leah and Kat.
I also give y'all permission to block them if they become too much.
As a Palestinian, I'm giving y'all permission to block whoever's in your DMs. And if they keep hassling you, block them.
If A Money says that, it's true.
Yeah, she knows this. It's been a lot. Okay, so here's what I want to do. If we can. Okay, so today is Black AF Friday. A Money.
Black as fuck. Period.
Black as fuck Fridays, and so we are. I've been reading Michael Harriot's book, and so I'm waiting on y'all to finish. Y'all, my folks are fucking amazing. I love this community.
Hey, Money, I found something. I sent a link to you, Dani.
Mm-hmm.
Shadden, you know that lady Shadden who gives us all kinds of great news? She discovered a really disgusting club of billionaires, Zionists, who are planning a August meeting in Dublin.
So that's Peter Thiel's. That's Peter Thiel's group. Yeah, they meet every year. This is their annual thing. But it includes people that are in government, people that are in the Senate, people that are in huge corporations, all the above.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, you are welcome. You are welcome. Okay, so
That's not the skull and crossbones, is it?
Don't make me lie.
They discovered it by accident.
Well, I think somebody hacked it. Hold on. I think somebody actually hacked to get access to the email. Yeah, Shimmy, that would be amazing. You can put it in text, and A Money, if you can let them know that we will do another Pally panel on Tuesday.
Your comment section for just 2
I
minutes.
saw you.
Okay, just 2 minutes.
I know, because it's a lot.
السلام عليكم يا أهل غزة. راح ترفع كمان ناس when? Like next week maybe? I don't know.
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
How do you say Tuesday? I forgot how you say Tuesday. How do you say Tuesday, AJ? I forgot.
يوم الثلاث.
يوم الثلاث. يا ثلاثة لنا أربعة. Yes. السلام عليكم يا أهل غزة. بدها تسوي كمان panel يوم الثلاث. So بدها ترفع كمان ناس اليوم. سوت على سوت الناس هي سوت اليوم. ويوم الثلاث رح تسوي كمان. It never works anyway, but you know.
I know, but it's worth trying. So listen, and so Amal, I don't know if you're still in here or not, but Mo, if you're in here, you can tell Amal. Steph over on YouTube said that she just got the chocolate that you sent, Sophia. And she said it's Tony Chocolonely, which is not only delicious, but it's also ethically sourced. So she got the chocolate.
Those are good. I ain't gonna lie. They're hella thick too, by the way.
Holy geez. Yeah, that would be right up Mila's Avenue.
Yeah, it'll take you a while to finish eating them, but like, yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Okay, so I'm going to let this calm down, and I'm going to pick up with the reading. So, A Money, we have been reading Michael Harriot's book, Black AF History. And we started last Friday, and we are in chapter 2. And so I'm going to finish chapter 2 before I take my daughter to the DMV. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, everybody ready? But you said that you had something to share, A Money, or no?
No, but can you? I'm gonna drop from here. Can you bring me up from here?
Yeah.
Your other device, I guess.
Yeah.
Could you please tell her about the baptism thing?
Thank you.
Could you explain that to her real quick?
Yeah. So, A Money, when we were just reading this, right? Chapter 2. If you guys haven't read this book, chapter 2 is incredible because it talks about, like, in order to understand, like, the actual start of slavery. It actually started with the Catholic Church. And so it talks about how there were basically, you had the Portuguese and the Spaniards, and they were both trying to kind of figure out, well, how do we pay the Catholic Church back? How do we pay what we need to pay and so that we can maintain our independence and our power? And so they were trying to get, because they believed that there was gold down here in Africa. They were trying to get down there for this gold. And they sent these explorers down, blah, 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 blah. And eventually they ran into an undressed, an unclothed African. And so, of course, they did what comes naturally to white Europeans, apparently. They kidnapped him. And they brought him back, and the other African that was already a slave, right? Love, you're into Galabi, Raja, into Galabi. He said I put my phone up to charge it and hung up. I came back to check on you. You're not crying. We'll talk to you later.
I'm glad.
Right. But anyway, and so here's what happened, A Money. So when they went, they kidnapped the one African dude. They bring him back, and the African slave that is already enslaved by the other dude says, he asks him, "Hey, can you tell them how to get to the gold?" And he's like, "Dude, I don't know how to get to no gold, or I wouldn't be running around naked on a camel, right?" But they ask him, what is this beast? What is this big beast in the ocean that is keeping the explorers from coming home? And the African guy laughed and was like, "Bro, it's not no damn gremlin. It's the wind, right? It's the wind." And so they learned how to chart the trade winds. Right, Hazel-eyed girl, the wind. And they learned how to chart the trade winds as a result of the African that they kidnapped. Okay. So they go back. They've now learned, or they've now figured out the monster wind, exactly the action, how to navigate the waters. And so when they get down there, the first thing that happens is they think they kidnapped some black folk. The first time they thought they was gonna kidnap some Africans, they got what Michael Harriot calls an African can of whoop ass, right? But they actually had kidnapped like the chief and a couple of other people. So they thought when they brought the chief back, they could use the chief and barter the chief to be able to find out like where's the gold, right? And what they found out instead is that when they brought the chief back, they were willing to get not only like some gold dust and some seal pelts and whatever, but they brought out 10 other people for them to choose from. Dominic, can you let your mom know that I'm finishing up, please? They brought out 10 people to choose from in exchange for the chief. So in order to, can you let your mom know? Yeah, just tell her I'm finishing up and then I'm going to take her. So they let them choose from the people, right? But just in exchange for the chief that they already kidnapped. And that's why they like to tell us, that it's that we sold ourselves into whatever, but they forget that it was actually to get the chief back. So anyway, so once they figure this out, they run into some issues. One dude jets. There was 2 explorers. One dude jets. He goes back home. The other dude just like stays. And so, but when he gets back, what he has found is that their bounty from their expedition has made them a shit ton of money. And the second explorer is like, "How the hell did you get somebody to pay you all this money for seal pelts, right?" Like, and then this is when he finds out, "Oh no, I sold the people." Not the seal pelts. Like, I did sell seal pelts, but they were willing to pay for the people. And so this is the beginning of like, this is the first time that we're starting to get into the human trafficking. But here was the problem, is they did not think that the Catholic Church would be okay with this as a revenue stream. And so they dressed it up because, they've always been good at messaging, right? And so they dressed it up. And what they told the Catholic Church was, well, listen, we're saving these Africans and we're converting them to Christianity. So as long as they baptized the people that they kidnapped and the people that they bought, then the Catholic Church said, "Oh, okay, well then we can do slavery," because it's not really slavery, right? It is saving them and converting them to Christians. And so that's slavery. Yeah. And so
recognizing a religion as usual.
Yes, 100%. And so now we are on, where are we at now? Okay, so so this is the part where they ransom the chief back to the Africans, blah, 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 blah. Yes, baby. Okay, great. Okay, so yeah, saving them from themselves and converting them to a religion they didn't want. Yes, baby girl. Yes. Okay, okay, hey, money. Mila just came over and said, can Bella have her phone or nah? Not or nah.
That's me.
Can Bella have her phone or nah?
Can Bella have her phone or not?
Or not.
Yeah, that was so funny. Before you continue real quick, I have to tell you what happened the other night when you told us to go watch Bad Faith.
Bad Faith. You watched something else.
So I watched Blind Faith, and I'm watching this movie, and I'm like, why would Daddy make us watch this before this? And I'm like, I see maybe why she could have told us to watch this. I come in your chat that day, and somebody was like, I found a movie about this and this. I don't think it's the right one. I said, no, that is the right one. I know why she chose it. It was so funny.
No. Bad Faith. BAD. Bad Faith. That is the one. Okay, so what am I looking for right now? Okay, so let me see. Not now. And Dominic, can you tell her it doesn't close until 5? But anyway, okay. I'm trying to balance and do the most, and everybody needs me to do the things, and I'm trying. Okay, so here we go. All right, so listen. Let me get a drink of water. Scotty.
Thank you, Dani.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
Somebody answer Titus there, will you? Did you watch Blind Faith or not?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Money, have to tell him about that. I don't know. Hey, Mimi, can you get Tutu some water, babes, please? Okay, here we go. You ready, y'all? All right, so we have now gotten permission from the church to engage in human trafficking and the enslavement of Africans, but only because we are saving them and converting them to Christianity. Yes, yes. I know, and I will make it happen. Tell her I only need 26 minutes, and then I am done. All right, here we go. Okay, so listen. So Portugal continued to rule the seas. Yeah.
Hatim is asking you something.
Yeah, Hatim. Yeah, I think
AJ said something about that.
Yeah, and I think A Money had told him we were going to do Tuesday. If he can come on Tuesday when the rest of the folks get paid, that would be amazing.
Say that again.
حاتم يوم الثلاث تعال على يوم الثلاث أنا حكيت لهم إن رفعوك الله يخليك الله يوفقك حبيبي. Thank you, Money. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
I told Hatem on Tuesday. They're not listening. What happened?
Shimmy, what you want me to do, Shimmy?
I think she wants us to bring up Hatem.
I said if you want to help him, you can bring him up. I can help him.
Okay.
Shimmy wants these Friday Hasanat.
No, girl. Okay.
I love you, girl.
I do this every day, all day. Okay.
I know you do.
What's Wednesday?
Hatem's story is
all day. Okay.
I know you do. What's Wednesday? Hatem's story is
all day. Okay.
Yes. During the G-side, he had 3 kids. Now he only has 1. 2 of them were unalived during this G-side. He is one of the people that went viral holding his kid in his arms when they unalived him. He only has 1 left, and the one that he has left is in the hospital and needs like a lot of surgery.
Wow.
I think something wrong with I think it was his eyes or something. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, that's his story.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that. I just know.
I found out about it last week. 2 weeks ago. It was my first time meeting him as well. So
I got it. I just knew the name, but I didn't know his story.
Yeah, because he's in the chat all the time and nobody knows his story. So that one day I finally brought him up. He opened his camera, showed me his kids, and 2 of them that were unalived, and the one that's still surviving. And yeah, basically, he sends me all the documents in my DMs as well. By the way.
Okay, got it. Wow. Crazy work.
W Shimmy.
There he is.
That's
W
the baby
Shimmy.
that's left standing. He's been in and out of the hospitals. He's just a child, but yeah.
Yeah. Bless it. Yeah, I know we dropped to 200 cents. It's okay. It's because we did Pally for so long, and I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. Okay.
بليز وين انا سراج العصب البصري ضارب عنده لا يرى شيئا. فقدت 2 من اطفالي عمر وامير 8 سنوات و4 سنوات. والان سراج يحتاج الى جلسات علاج طبيعي مكثفه. عنده شلل نصفي وعنده اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الشبكه البصريه ضاربه على لا يرى. يحتاج الى مدرسة خاصة للكفيفين ولا إعادة تأهيل يعني. وعمره 3 سنوات لسه. كان رايح يجيب مكمل غذائي من النقطة الطبية في دير الفلاح في 10/7/2025 هو وإخوانه حتى يستطيعوا سد جوعهم. واستهدف الاحتلال المكان هذا الذي تابع إلى الإيروا والولايات المتحدة. كان سراج الناجي الوحيد من هذه المجزرة. فوق 40 واحد راحوا فيها وسراج هو الناجي الوحيد. عمره 3 سنوات فقد بصره وفقد طفولته ولا يستطيع التحرك يعني شلل نصفي عنده. والحمد لله الحمد لله. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل.
I got the end of that. I don't even need a translation for the end.
I think he said he lost one of his children.
Yeah.
Going food from the remember when they started the food thing with the motorcycle gang pew-pewing at him. It was disgusting. But his last words were, "Thank God that we're here and that my kids are with God."
Yeah.
No crying. You can have Raja after all of us.
Girl, listen.
No crying.
It's hard, Bunny. It's hard.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
قاعد شهر على التنفس الصناعي بالعناية المركزة على البرابيش وعلى التنفس الصناعي.
Yeah. I mean, what do they think blaze means? I don't know what Danny Blaze means. They keep typing that. Danny Blaze. I don't know what that means.
It's a Google Translate. I don't know either.
Girl, I don't know.
It means Danny Blaze.
Is that what it means?
That's my guess.
أمير شهيد. عمر أمير شهيد.
Beautiful.
عمر أمير.
How do you say beautiful, Money? How do you say beautiful?
Jamila or Hilwa?
Okay, listen, don't give me 2 options.
Okay.
I just need one.
Jamila is the best.
Jamila.
Yeah, it's also a name. Some families use it as a name. As a beautiful girl.
Yeah, no, my cousin's name is Jamila.
It means beautiful.
Jamila.
But yeah, those were his 2 kids that were unalive to think about last year, I think it was, or a year and a half ago.
Wow. Jamila for the girl. Gamil for the boy. Thank you, Wadney. Look at you. Okay, I got it. Y'all always helping me out. Okay, here's what I need to do before my daughter has a fit. I need to take her. Y'all know the DMV closes and shit like that. I need to take her to go do something and do the DMV so that then I don't have to take her, so that she can get the new tags and stuff for her car. But I still want to finish Black as Fuck Fridays. So,
in my state, we do DMV on the computer. You don't have to.
So no, but she has to. Yeah, no, she has to do something else first. In order to, that she has to go get something and take the paperwork and then go. If we can, oh, yeah, we all chipped in to hit the goal, Shimmy. So, big thanks to everybody. And I appreciate you, all the gifters, all the Danikins, all of the folks who show up and support, everybody that helps me be here in this way and be as helpful as we possibly can. I appreciate every single one of you. I will finish Black as Fuck history this evening. How about we come back and we'll do a Friday night live, and I'll finish reading chapter 2. And then we can go from there. How does that sound, everybody? Y'all down with that?
Sounds great.
Okay, that's what I will do.
Thank you for recapping for A-Money. That was important, I felt.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's hugely important. And I think tonight when I come back, I'll start at the beginning of chapter 2, and then read it in its entirety, like all in one shot. Okay, that's what we'll do. Yeah, A-Money, you missed it, girl. I had a biracial man come on here and tell me that I'm not Black.
Not a biracial man.
Yes, that was his thing. You're biracial like me. You're not Black.
So was he not Black?
No, he says he's not Black. He's biracial.
Oh.
And he said
like half Black, half white.
It is, but he said, but oh yeah, listen, he was abusive. He was, you're not Black. You're and then said, you just grift off Blackness. And I said, explain to me how.
I mean, my skin color Black, the fuck.
And I said, there you are, still doing the work of white people.
I can't believe identity crisis and a chip on his shoulder. So he was entertained.
Yeah.
Big time. Thank you, Scotty. That was awesome. He was weird. I've never heard somebody rant like that. So mega.
Oh, he was
so mega.
He was very hateful, A-Money, but he was, I said, what is it that you don't like about your own Blackness? What's wrong with you? I'm not Black. And he's down. Now, don't get me wrong. He sounds like Carlton. So he might have a reason to be mad. You know, because he sounds like Carlton and he's biracial. So,
like Carlton.
What was
yes.
his name? Dum Dum? Was it Dum
Dun Dun. Dun 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 Dun. Yeah.
That's the one that comes to my life. He is so dumb.
Yes, girl. Yeah. So, but I mean, he might have a reason to be. He did. Y'all know I'm not lying. He sounded like Carlton. Did he not? Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
And so that's why he struggles. Because not only is he light and bright, but his ass sounds like Carlton. So that's why you have issues. I don't sound like that. So yeah, bruh. Anyway, okay. Love y'all, mean it. I will come back later on tonight. We will read chapter 2. Oh, what? He was comparing himself to Urkel. I cannot. Okay, so and somebody said what time? Truth is, I don't know. I'm gonna take her to do this DMV stuff. Maybe let's shoot for like 7 o'clock ish. Okay, let's shoot for that. And we'll go from there. So yeah. And just so y'all know, I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I know who I am. Okay. And colorism sucks. And it's a tool of white enslavers. So if you are a Black person perpetuating colorism, you suck.
Can I say Uncle Tom? Is that acceptable or is that rude?
Yeah, I don't know that I would say. What I would say is that I would just call his ass Stephen from Django. That's what I call him all. So,
wow. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Love y'all, mean it. I will see you later. Okay. Take care. Bye.